The following show is for mature audiences only.
Watch the tape, and when you see the tape, you know the tape doesn't lie, and there's just the tape doesn't lie.
But the mismanagement of the very first day of training camp, when he said, we don't think we're going to put anybody on pup. 45 minutes later, he comes down and says, no, wait a minute. I'm sorry, I misspoke. We are going to put somebody on pup. And tomorrow morning when you wake up, it's going to be Roquan Smith. It was like, okay, this is just a young GM trying to figure out where he's going. And I know you guys watched that opening press conference. He looked miserable. He looked scared. He looked like he was...
You called him out on it.
I did. I was like, dude, you look so angry. Yeah. He was trying so hard to think of what we were going to say and try and get ahead of us. And it's just, it just was another indicator to me that he's never been in this position before. And so we have to kind of navigate that with him. Sadly, it means what it does, right? That we're going to get mixed messages, that he's going to send mixed messages, that we're not going to totally know what he's saying, and he's still feeling out how he wants to handle the media, and we're learning all those things as we go. So, you know, the bumps and bruises of that suck. Like, it's awful, especially when you want your team to be winning and thriving. But I feel like it's part of it to kind of turn that corner until he feels like he's found his footing and his rhythm, and he can actually work with the guys that are out there.
From Roquan's point of view.
I have so many questions. Number one, who's advising Roquan right now? Like, here's a young guy dealing with, you know, generational wealth that you would not even, like, who's advising him to take this approach? We've heard that his family is heavily involved. Okay, well, what does that mean? What does that mean? Does that mean that he's supposed to also take care of them? Because that's going to make him want to ask for more money. That's going to make him push for more money and hold out for more money. The franchise declaring their undying love for him gives him more power, because he knows they want him and they want to keep him. So it just, I just am confused. And then their insistence that, well, he's engaged and he's at practice and he's sitting there riding his stationary bike. And I'm like, this is so weird. Now, I've never been a part of a hold-in situation. This is the first time I've ever dealt with that. So I'm kind of learning what it all means. And you know, some of us reporters were discussing, like, we think it'll probably be at least another week before we hear anything more, before they finally work something out. I know that they will. What it looks like, I'm not sure. But when he sees, like, Deebo Samuel, and he sees these other contracts coming up from guys who were, you know, waited it out or insisted they get what they want, that's not going to discourage him from staying out, right? Like, he's just going to think, well, if I keep holding out, they're gonna eventually pay me, because they've made it so clear that they want me. You mentioned about bringing kids to training camp. I took my son when he was 7. I mean, I think he'll love Akeem Hicks for the rest of his life, right? Like, he got his autograph, and he was like this larger than life personality who was so like, hey, what's up? You know, like, so cool. And you just don't forget those moments. And gosh, I wish that the Bears would just get the fact that that's what they need more than anything right now, is good PR. They just need good PR. Like, they just need something that isn't about their record, right? Like, just makes them really great. And I will say this, most of the rookies that they brought in, and even some of the free agents, are easy guys to root for. We had Bayless Jones on my weekend radio show on ESPN 1000, and he was so quality, so humble, so easy to talk. It was like, you know what? You may not win a lot of games, but I can cheer for a guy like that. Same with the way I feel about David Montgomery now, right? Like, you're like, okay, I don't care if you lose. I genuinely like him. So that makes me more invested.
Here is what the Tape Never Lies Network means to me. Now, there's a lot of sites out there, a lot of fan sites and all that stuff, but there are few, if any, that matches the knowledge, the wisdom, and the charisma of the Tape Never Lies Network. It is what I rely upon each and every week to find out what's going on with our Chicago Bears. Listen, I like the Sick Podcast. It's fine. Its host is okay. But for me, the money site is the Tape Never Lies Network. Watch it.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100.
Here we go. Trading up.
100.
Yes! What? Oh my Here God. It is! Just reported.
The tape never lies.
All the people dropped off, but we still keep rocking.
You'll never know how good your football team's going to be until you play with maximum effort. Keeping it 100.
Open competition over the North and never give it back.
Smartest man.
My Chicago Bears select Justin Fields, quarterback, Ohio State.
Guess who's back? The two dudes that kept it real. Dynamic duo that you love, the smartest man and Dr. Phil. Breaking down the film, never a problem, kick it straight. Most shows focus on stats, we focus on the tape. We keeping it 100, never running east to west. We coming with that truth, cause that's what our fans expect. Cut off the freaking anchor, forward to be free. But don't you worry, Shane's got the dumbest tweets. It ain't no secret, Phil and Shane got some haters. But now they're all stuck like the two and now and later. Debaters, frauds get kicked like Coach Taver. Cuts had to be me, we added the Barber moderator. Up and down, boys got you double checking. Sad sacks scrolling like a fool drunk texting. Flexing on the truth cause you know they never change. Real, recognize real, that's what you get with Phil and Shane. Give me some fucking names. We do when we're breaking down the Bears. Fuck a play or a captain, all of the unchairs. The tape never lies. The truth, you see, we laugh, we analyze, so there's no babies like Maybelline. Straight to the truth with acumen and facts. We got a stat nerd, but he's not just giving nerd stats. Car crash, big impact like Trip Sack. Every Wednesday night you got the smartest man and Phil back. Now we know you're smiling like a fat kid with fun dip. We're back better than ever and we keeping it 100.
Keeping it 100, baby.
Keep it 100. Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Justin Fields gets outside the pocket, puts that ball perfectly where only Mooney can get it.
Keeping it 100.
2 feet.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100, baby.
Keeping it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100, baby.
Keep it 100.
Keeping it 100.
Birds never lie. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, this is Claudio the Barber, and this is TTNL's Keepin' It 100, the best Bears show on the planet, bar none. Listen, we got wide receivers going down. Roquan's asking for a trade. Poles is stepping up. We got so much to talk about tonight, so of course, we got another great show for you tonight. We got my boy, the real barber of the Chicago Bears, Lawrence Funk, coming on. And then we got from 670 to score, our friend, your friend, Mark Grote. So let's just bring on the guys. Some people hate, some people imitate, but nobody can duplicate. Shane, the smartest man, Marsaw, and Draft Dr. Phil.
I got it up.
Claudio spitting bars here.
He was so
like
close.
Was I?
So close to
Still
being
don't know if I hit
in
it,
there.
but you know what?
You got to
I get
give
it
yourself
up, so
a
let's
1, 2, 3. Yo.
Yo, Claudio spitting bars to the beat. Love to hate, try to imitate, can't duplicate. He's a very nice dick that Claudio's setting him straight. I'm keeping it 188 tonight.
There it is. Everybody needs to get that shirt.
Everybody should be going over to TTNL swag and getting got polls. Put whatever you want on the back. Give me some fucking cash or give me some fucking names. I'm just excited to be here tonight, man.
Head over to ttnlswag.com, get a Got Polls t-shirt, send us the screenshot, and we'll choose one of you guys, and you can we'll invite you on the show.
Get them on the show. TTNL swag right there.com. Good job.
Not
Ivan,
you,
putting it up.
Bratcher. Jesus. You don't qualify, bro.
Bratcher's like, it's the only way I could get on.
I'm buying 2 of them motherfuckers. Give me a hoodie too, Ace.
Well, if you buy 2. We kid. We love AB. We got a lot of shit and stuff to get into. Obviously, looking back, Caden didn't even put our guy Adam Rank from the show last week on. I thought, Adam, we had a double dose last week. We're getting a double dose tonight of guests.
Caden's on that 12-week cruise. I haven't seen that dude in forever.
I thought that was Adam's best. I mean, I can't even rank his best. How about that? Do you like that? How I threw that? Can't rank his best, Claudio. If you missed
This is his best.
Unless that dragon was fucking a goat.
Rank is the
That's his best.
Rank, you are obviously an amazing dude and a friend to me personally, but also to this network. And I appreciate those kind words and the truthful promo that we're asking people to send. We always say TTNL's family, fuck the haters, and double fuck a blog boy troll. Always get rid of them. But TTNL is family. We're here for you guys, the fans, always fighting and supporting the truth on tape, whether it be a player or situation. Last night, we did a pop-up show on the Chicago Bears situation with Roquan Smith. And yes, me and Cars called this out. You know, Roquan playing that game in the street, I, as the GM or coach, would say, okay, we're not looking out for you. I'm about to pull the pup on your ass. And that's exactly what I would do when you did that. And sure enough, 8 hours later, 11 hours later, Shane, that's exactly what our GM did. And I thought, thank you. I thought that our GM, because obviously all of you guys didn't see that. I know Bratcher and the producers have some clips of it, but the reality is I was proud of the GM because in years past, Shane, Ryan Pace would go hide behind the curtain with the situation getting testy. And here he is standing out in front. And I think it was appropriate because he then turns around and says, and that's all I'll say. Usually that would be enough. But he's like, and I'll answer some of your questions, which he did.
And it wasn't planned. It wasn't planned for him to come out.
No, they went
He
to
just came out.
breakfast that morning at
He's like, I gotta
5:30.
get this out there.
Yeah. I think that was the most important thing. They went to breakfast at 5:30. They're reading the same fucking tweet everybody in the world that Ian Rappaport's putting out there.
Yeah, Roquan's playing checkers. Poles came and played chess, so that's what happened.
You gotta give Pole. I know a lot of people. We're gonna get into this debate because highly contested. Phil guessed again. No, Phil gave his advice again, Brady. I know you're walking slow, but the reality is I said that's what I would do, and I hope my team would do that, and they did it. Again, I would actually run David Montgomery. I would actually fire Matt Nagy. These are the things that they're doing. And if you can't stand up for Poles doing this, I honestly don't understand. I think the biggest moment of this whole thing is pure honesty. In saying, I got to worry about the team, not just one player here. And if you're building a culture, Shane, you can't have this kind of distraction. Who, oh, by the way, yes, I see a lot of you saying this, but I said this, you said it, and everybody and their brother said it because it's true. He's under contract.
I don't think
under
it's so
contract.
much. I know what you're saying there. I don't think it's so much as of a situation that's gonna cause a bunch of shit. It would have been a worse situation if Ryan Poles didn't come out and speak and drop the hammer today. That to me, that's sending the ultimate message, because Roquan has no cards in this game to play other than to sit. And now it's at the point where if the Bears fine him the total amount that they can fine him, that's going to be 5% of his total salary this year. And if he paid an agent the 4% to secure a long-term deal, which it sounds like that was Ryan Poles' number one in the first place, he's going to be out even more money. So even the timing of it, I talked to Ryan Cox a little bit in Cars a little bit about it today.
Timing of Roquan, or the
timing of Roquan releasing that was way too early in the fucking game. You look at everything that went on with Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack was traded on September 1st, 2020, the week before the season. Right now, it was way too early. He's getting bad advice. And I know there's a lot of...
You heard Dion say that, too, in the last week's show. You said it. Jim Larison, our guy, said it. Listen, I could help this kid. I'll only get asked for 1%.
Yeah. And this right here, I've seen a bunch of people ask this. Trace Armstrong was at camp because Trace Armstrong is the agent for Ryan Poles and for Matt Eberflus.
Matt Eberflus.
Yeah.
But do you think that had anything to do with...
But Tommy doesn't know, and other people don't know this. So, yes, say it again. Trace Armstrong is the agent for Coach Matt Eberflus and Ryan Poles, both of them. And I agree with Woody here. There should be no ass kissing. This is football, baby. This is the greatest game. It's got to be... The energy of the room should be so excited. And here's the point that I made last night, Shane, before you were there. The Chicago Bears pranced you out as the face of their franchise, showcasing this new uniform, a new culture, praising you, Roquan. You show up and take these pictures like you're on the cover of Men's Magazine, right? So you're there. I had an issue with that. It should have been Justin Fields. That's the guy wearing the uniform. But nope, they did Roquan. They want to be in good. They've been nothing but praising Roquan. And the other thing is Roquan opened and cracked the door on his contract situation, because before Poles is like, I can't comment about that. But then yesterday, he points out that I felt like we were in a good place. In fact, there's things in this contract that are record-setting. He ain't lying.
Well, that was the ultimate moment for Poles today.
Yeah,
that was his middle finger to Roquan publicly.
Oh yeah,
you want
to
negotiate through the media. Yeah, you want to negotiate through the media. All right, let's negotiate through the media. And it's a sad, that part of it is sad. And I think the end of the day, I think his number one option clearly is to secure Roquan Smith. Unfortunately, Roquan decided to take this. And I mean, going back and reading it again and knowing what we know now, it just looks even more pathetic that it's like your kid. Like I was on the phone with you last night, Phil, and you're like, damn kids, Tate and Devin were fighting. So Phil walked over and you could hear them screaming at each other. It'd be like one of the kids, running to mommy when daddy yelled at them both. And because he started talking about ownership. Well, I don't know if the McCaskies can change this, like trying to be like, you're not fucking good enough. You're not giving me what I want. So I'm going to go to the owner.
To mom.
That's like,
after he asked,
like, can I speak to the manager? That's what that is.
Can I get, Daddy? Can I get some V-Bucks? No, you ain't getting V-Bucks. All of a sudden, they're over there asking mommy for V-Bucks. That another showcase of. I didn't like it. I read it. I felt like he was sharing.
Like
and listen, go
Chubbs,
ahead.
you have in here that but he's not the first team All-Pro. He's never been the first team All-Pro. And your rebuttal can't be, well, he should have been. He wasn't.
That's like saying
That's just a
Eli
fact. I
Manning
get it.
should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. He was a second team All-Pro. He's never been first team All-Pro. It's just, I mean, I don't know what other way to put it. His TFLs are much higher. I understand it. Nobody's dismissing the kid's talent. His process to get to the contract is severely flawed. Severely. He went about it the wrong way.
I strongly advise you to become a patron so you can get these pop-up shows. Yesterday, we popped up to talk about this situation. And I got to say, my guy Cars is a superstar, man. That guy, I love the people on this network, and I love the fans, the real fans of this network, wearing their true colors and pride. I can't thank you guys enough. We've gotten over 25 very honest, personal videos, and you saw Adam ranks, what does TTNL mean to me? We've asked people if they could do that because we're actually putting together a documentary, kind of. It's like a docu-promo. Is that how we do it? That Ron G is producing. So if you're a huge fan of TTNL, you could send those over to Chris Jackal, at Chris Jackal on Twitter, Alan Bratcher, at Alan_Bratcher, at Ivan V_TTNL on Twitter, or Claudio the Barber if you want to be safe. He won't give you any criticism. He'll just take it, copy it, send it to Shane. Don't send it to Cars, though. We'll never see it. But anyway, as I was praising Cars, last night we did a thing. We popped up. I don't even know what AB clipped here, so I'm going to watch it with you. And Anthony, you're fucking on my brain sitting there in the front lobe. I would take him off pup tomorrow. You want to play this game with Philitoshin? We're going to play. He's off the pup tomorrow. $65,000 or whatever it is. 85, whatever. It could be more. You're getting hit with that fine tomorrow. You're getting hit with that fine the next. We are giving you the opportunity, the negotiating platform. And you're going to go out there and call on Ted? It's fucking, I didn't like it at all.
Well, and the last portion before we unpause, these guys have been very upfront and honest. They've kind of, to a degree, earned that, right? Like, they're not going to sit there and blow smoke. They've said they're going to have harder practices. They've had harder practices. They have walked us through key moments, how they make a decision, what's important to them. They have been more of an open book than we have ever given them credit for in the past. And so, yeah, it does, again, it just kind of keeps looking like, you know, Roquan's playing checkers over here and they're playing three-dimensional chess almost, and he's just not, it's not going to end well for him one way or another.
I love balls.
Yes, I love balls on my GM too, Cherie. And that's what he did.
Sounds like
he
a weird
fucking
show,
showed the balls, Shane. And
that's
really
the thing, and I
I
understand. I think it was Chubbs again that said that, you know, they should have no problem paying him $1 more, and that's fine if you want to pay him $1 more than Leonard. You have to break it down. If it was your kid, and you took your kid out for ice cream, and they didn't have the ice cream that your kid wanted, and she turned around and told you to go fuck yourself in public, you're going to be like, well, fuck, I'll buy you 2 ice creams to make up for it. No, there's a fucking process to get there. Roquan fucked up because he got upset. Part of negotiations, and I when I popped on late, I said this. If you've ever been involved in any type of a negotiation in real life, you hear shit about yourself that's not pleasing. They're going to show you all the negatives. They're going to say, hey, you think you're the best linebacker in football? Well, this says that you're not. You hear negative shit. That is precisely one of the main reasons why you have somebody do the negotiating for you, because then that independent person in the middle can come back to you and say, hey, this is where we're at. He's not going to say, hey, this is the list of negatives that they said about you. They're trying to secure the money.
Yeah.
Roquan's process to get
from you.
Roquan's process to get there is severely flawed. And he overplayed his hand, and Ryan Poles fucking called him on it, and still went out publicly and praised the kid, and still said his number one thing is to sign Roquan. And at the end of the presser, Hogan Johns talked about this today on their newest pod. They shut off the end of the presser, but they didn't air the last question. He was walking down off the podium, and they said, why was Roquan out on the field during Family Fest if he put all of that stuff out there before Family Fest? And Ryan Poles turned to the media member and said, because he wants to be a Chicago Bear. They didn't air that part.
They should have aired that part, because
to me, that's
making me like this dude.
But Ryan
Poles got Poles shirt, Claudio.
His number one is, and this is where you have to break everything down. If Ryan Poles went out there and let Roquan put this out there publicly, and then today opened up the checkbook and said, all right, name your figure, I want to make this go away, you're setting yourself up for failure, because then you know what? That Darnell Mooney's going to fucking sit out next year and do the same fucking thing. And then when it comes time for Justin Fields, if he's good enough to resign, he's going to do the same fucking thing. You have to think, when he said that he's worried about the entire team, not just one player, he has to do what's best for the Chicago Bears. That's the type of shit that he's talking about. Roquan's process is flawed. Totally flawed.
2 seconds more so I can read them, guys, when you're going through, because some of them go up quick. That's all.
They are going to open up. They will. They're going to listen. They're going to pay him unless Roquan. How the fuck are you even going to? If they decide that they're not going to pay him, and so then Roquan has to deal with these other teams with no agent. He has to see what trade compensation that the Bears are going to want, and then he's going to have to negotiate a new deal with another team. He's going to hear the same shit from another team. Same thing. He's got to grow up.
It was a.
You guys think he was asking for 22? There was like a report saying he was asking for 22 million.
We don't know.
Yeah, no, I know you don't know, but I'm saying, do you think that's what it's all about? Obviously, he wants to be
always about money. I always say this.
Schefter said he wants more money than Leonard today. And
here's the thing. I got to push back
real quick though. Before that,
he's an outside linebacker.
Not yet. He's not. He hasn't played a snap there.
Shaq.
Oh yeah.
So Roquan hasn't played a snap there, like you just said.
And what do Roquan and Shaq have in common?
Nothing. They were picked in the same draft. That's
they do have something very, very much in common. Who was his defensive coordinator?
Oh, they're the head coach.
Exactly.
But size-wise,
there's a
big
difference.
Exactly.
Like 6'3" or 6'4", 242.
How big is Roquan? Okay. 6 foot.
6'2". I'm not sure on his weight. He's quite a bit smaller.
Right. So you're looking at a position,
arm length and everything. Yeah.
Okay. He fits the will linebacker position perfectly, body size, structurally, but also everyone gets upset. But I said this with Cars, and I'll say it again. And then my guy Herb Howard kind of talked me back, and then I'm back here. Money-wise, I don't give a shit. Player-wise, I don't see this being a good leader, what he did, because it was an immature way to use social media to try to devise a way to get the common fan to attack the Bears and pressure them into getting what he wanted. So he was not only doing something against the Bears, and there's a time when you need to do that, and I think you and Cars are right. This wasn't the time yet. And to do that shows, to me, he's only about self. So I can't say a selfish guy is going to be a great leader. Not at that position. And on top of all of that, I don't see the big plays from this guy. Now, the seesaw, as I said last night, is Matt Nagy and company. So did Pagano decide not to blitz him where he can use it? All of these factors are there's so much
they ain't gonna blitz him the Eberflus ain't gonna blitz him either. That's not who he is.
So now you got to recognize what the will linebacker does. Become a patron, and I'll show you. In a 4-3, he's going to be protected. The flow of the ball is going to be there. His skill set instinctively and quickness and twitchy fits it. But this has been a guy that's never taken care of his body the way he should. He's been a guy that has not made impactful plays like he should. Don't give me the Cincinnati interception.
Well, I think everybody would point to his tackle for losses, and that's where they're way higher than Shaq.
Yeah, because
they're much
the
higher.
Chicago Bears are getting their asses beat.
Oh,
so
it's all
throwing the fucking ball. So the stats are going to lie there. So they're just running.
I'm just telling you that's what they're gonna point to.
But I'm watching tape and I don't see Roquan being $22 million man. Just don't. Never have. I
don't know why people get so upset.
16, 17 million because of what he's gonna be.
I don't understand why people get so upset if you say that he's a top 3 linebacker in the NFL or a top 5 linebacker. It's like they get offended. I'm just saying they get offended if you say that. Yeah, because he's the best fucking linebacker. Quality. I'm telling you right now, he's the best linebacker in the NFL. I don't happen to think that he is the best. I mean, we had a huge debate on when these guys came out with him and Tremaine Edmonds. I had them ranked very close in the draft. I did have Roquan ranked over him, but it's the nature of the position, and it's a position that in the NFL, it's largely, I don't want to say dismissed, but it's a lot of teams don't look at it that it's a vital cog in building a franchise, an off the ball linebacker.
I said it last night. Should I say it again, Jackal, or should I make them become a patron? It's up to you.
Say it again. I love it.
If I had to choose, and this isn't biased, this is my truth, and Shane hates it, and everybody else hates it, but as a football guy, if I'm in a room with my GM, I'm saying David Montgomery is more valuable than Roquan Smith. David's here. David's a leader. David is a give every inch of sweat, blood, and tears every down. And then someone's going to say, well, running backs don't make that money. They don't. Well, either do off the ball linebackers. But we'll talk about that later. Let's pause right there, Jackal. I said it and I meant it. Roquan here. David Montgomery here. Our next guest might be able to rank their hair. Who has better hair? I don't know. But certainly I'm excited because we're going to have 2 barbers in the studio. And usually a studio is like a salon, so you're getting your nails done. I know Jackal and Bratcher are huge fans of that. I'm giving their secrets away. Let's give it up in the TTNL way. The barber of the Chicago Bears, friend of the network, an all-time leader of the funk, our guy, Lawrence Funk.
Let's make it funk. Let's make it funk.
If you follow any Chicago Bears players on social media, you've very likely seen this guy giving them a fresh cut. Lawrence always had a dream of bringing traditional barbering back with a twist of modern style, and he's done exactly that. 100 crew, get up off your asses and give it up for the real barber of the Tape Never Lies Network. Give it up for Lawrence Funk.
What up, fellas?
You live with the funk, you die with the funk. What's up?
What up, fellas? What up? What up? How's it going?
How are you?
Good to
Doing
see
good.
you, man. It's been a while.
No, I'm at my house. It's my private barbershop.
That's the barber. That's where the magic happens right there.
We're getting
Where's Roquan? Where's Roquan hiding? Where's Roquan hiding?
You know what? I don't cut Roquan. I just see him and say hello. So I don't know where he's at. How's everything going, though, guys?
Everything's
Awesome,
great.
man. It's good to see you, bro.
It's
Yeah,
great
Claudio,
to
I haven't
see
seen you
you.
in a while.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
just
we're
jumped
coming
out.
out. We're coming out
We're
to
talking
see you.
about when you guys coming? Detroit game, is that what you said?
Yeah,
That's
November
it. The
13th.
Detroit weekend. We've made it official. TTNL. We're gonna have a night before tailgate party. We want you there.
Oh, I'm definitely attending.
A bunch of former Bears players are going to be there. All the TTNL personalities and patrons to a private party. I have no idea where it's going to be, but it's definitely overlooking the city.
I was going to ask
you might have some connects too.
You need a place? I got a place.
There you go. We might. Right now, I got like 7 people telling me I got the perfect place. But yeah, we're doing good. How are you doing? That's the biggest question.
Nice and busy, man. We had a Chicago Bears charity event over the weekend. So we were cutting children from Little Village, which is a neighborhood out by us. So giving away haircuts. So it was a nice event Saturday and got to see the camp a little bit, but everything's been good.
How's been the transition? I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
How has been the transition? I think that's everybody wants to know. From Ryan Pace, it's like Ryan and they almost have the same initials. Almost.
They do. No,
It's
they do.
Matt and Ryan.
Oh yeah.
And Matt Eberflus, it wasn't MN. You follow me? But RP stayed the same.
Yeah.
How has that transition been for you?
For me, it's been good. I start cutting poles the second day he was here, and then he gets his haircut like every 5 days. So wow. Fortunately for me, I'm in. I start cutting him right away, and I've been taking care of him. And then Flus, I start cutting him right away. So those are my guys already. So
Nice.
no love lost with the Ryan Pace and Matt Nagy. I'm still friends with the guys and whatnot, but we got a new regime and we got to get going, I guess, with this. You know what I mean? So, but everything's been smooth for me. The barbershop has been busy over there. I've been cutting all the new coaching staff from the DC, the OC, literally everybody across the board. So it's been good for me. So, and all the new guys are staying fresh.
Has there been anything that's changed for you with the new regime though? Like any different rules, regulations for you?
For the most part, no. I don't know what's going to happen like when the season starts. Everything right now has been consistent. I go there weekly like normal. The schedule we use is everything's the same. So for the most part, everything has been the same. But again, I'm not on that side of it. I'm there cutting everybody, and all the new players have been popping their head. Oh man, we got a barber. So I'm gonna probably transition right into everybody, all the new guys, just like it was before. This is my 5th season now.
Oh wow!
So now I'm in there consistently, and I've been consistent. So to me, nothing has changed except management, if that makes sense.
Can you turn your phone sideways so we could see you? There you go.
I tried to pull it up on I tried to pull on the computer, but it was I don't know what was going on.
I blame Claudio. I do.
I think Claudio sending me a weird link or something.
There you are. There he is. Lawrence Funk, if you're just tuning in. Go ahead.
So how's Poles and Eberflus? How are they in the chair? They're pretty talkative. They like the bullshit.
Poles is okay. So Ryan, I cut him for almost 4 seasons, and he was a very sophisticated, older, very clean cut GM. Poles seems like a younger guy that's got a fresh head on his shoulders that is looking to make positive changes. And obviously everybody that comes in starting something new, whether it's football, baseball, it doesn't matter. Everybody wants positive change. But Poles seems like he's really taking it serious. And, I don't know. I think we got a good, everybody's doubting the Bears, but I think we got a pretty decent season ahead of ourselves. I know Fields has been working on himself. I know Cole Kmet has been working on himself. So I think that, I think deep down, I think positively changing the management and whatnot, I think it's really going to help, win a few of the extra games. Because, you and, all of us here, last year, there was probably 4 or 5 games that we should have won that there were really bad decisions made, whether it was the coaching staff or whoever was making the decisions. So I think a lot of that will be changed this season. So I think with that being with Poles here in Flus, I think it really is going to make a huge difference.
Yeah, you look at it, you're at the forefront. The barber shop is a sacred place. And, I've grown up in it and been friends with Claudio since before he was a barber. I, went to his dad and shit. So always being around all different types of barbers, there's a sacred sanctity of truth. So I know we won't be able to break some of the true stories that you've been able to have there. But
go ahead. I talked to so obviously you guys know I cut George McCaskey is my regular, but with George, we never talk football, and that's how I've been from the beginning since I've been there. When I'm sitting in the chair, I try to avoid everything but football.
He doesn't really know football, so he can't really talk.
Yeah, I'm just a fan.
But and it's so.
No, I'm just
but I legitimately talk to these guys more.
I'm just a fan. I'm not a football evaluator.
Hey, George.
There you had your fresh cut.
Hair does look pretty.
I was gonna say that was my haircut.
Hold on.
Hey, Lawrence, this is George. Can you give me a quick cut before I go out and fuck this press conference up?
Hold on. Listen, no matter what, at least I'm keeping everybody fresh. Whether it was Nagy with the shaved head, Pace with the fresh, haircut, losing things. Good. I do. No, I can't. I physically can't get out there and catch the ball and throw the ball and call plays. But I can keep everybody looking good. That's what I do. But but all bullshit aside, though, I really do think that I think this year, we're still slacking on you're not necessarily slacking, but we're lacking on a few things. But I think with the new change, I think we're definitely going to see some W's that people are doubting that we're going to see.
I love everybody sleeping on us. I do. Like, let them sleep. Because
I agree.
The players are buying in. The players are buying into the into
the
this
culture is the most important.
Like have you obviously you can't say names and this and that, but like talking to some of the new players and old players, do you feel like the way they talk about sometimes they talk about the game that it's a new regime, it's a new change, a new feeling?
Yeah,
see any of that?
Because I haven't really cut too many new guys. A couple new guys popped in. But there's still 80. We still got 30 more guys to get rid of. Yeah. So I'll probably cut a few of those guys I'll cut them once or twice, and then in 2 weeks they're gone. But Cairo and Scales, those are my regulars. Scalesy, I cut every 2 weeks, and I just cut the new punter. What's his name? Trenton.
Trenton Gill.
Trent Gill.
Yeah,
Punk God, Shane calls him.
Yeah, he seems like a stud. Punk. Yeah, I talked to him and Cairo and Scales had nothing but good things to say about him. So having the new guy there and hearing them talk, they seem very positive. Not that they're going to say anything negative because that's where they play, but on a positive side, I think the guys really do have a positive head on their shoulders with having the new changes. And there's always going to be adjustments. When you have a new management or new coach or whatever, there's always going to be adjustments. But I think it was you said, Shane, that the culture, in the locker room or in the background where the players are at, I think that this year it's going to be a lot healthier. And then with that being said, I think there'll be a handful of more games won that should have won last year.
Well, that was Lawrence,
this isn't
technical.
This isn't really.
I had a question for him, Shane.
Yeah, but you can wait
Go
till we
ahead.
come back around. How's that?
But
Lawrence,
Claudio jumped my question.
You
I
being
didn't know
a
if you
Chicago
caught that.
guy, I want to get your thoughts on this Arlington Heights situation and going out of the city. Are you? See, you're my man now.
Look at him.
I like hearing that.
Listen,
Closer to where you live, right?
Well, no. I'll tell you. Mine's all strategy. I want to be able to do the Arlington Heights thing because this is my 5th season, I plan on being with the Bears the rest of my career, or at least the Funk's Barbershop name. And I think with the Arlington Heights, I would be a part of building another barbershop connected with them, almost like a partnership with the Bears. I think it'd be a great look for me and them because having their in-house barber there that's representing them, that they can promote it as a Chicago Bears barbershop, I think it would do well for them. So, and then you have to understand, man, it's 300 acres.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Soldier Field now, I mean, you guys been to Soldier Field. I mean, it's a pain in the ass to get there. To leave, you can't, I mean, you got to walk 2 miles to get to your car. Here at Arlington, the entire surrounding would be parking. So they're leaving a lot of money on the table, the concession, the parking, all of the above. So now we go up to Arlington and they're making millions of dollars more on top of bringing in, 53,000 fans, with the fans alone, we're adding 40,000 extra fans. I mean, that's huge.
Just the parking alone, it's so
the parking
tight,
alone,
man.
they would make millions of dollars extra.
Exactly.
And I mean, have you guys been to the Raiders Stadium?
No.
Oh, I haven't been there, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So my wife and I went to the Raiders Stadium last year for Bears Raiders. Bro, it is about as easy as it gets. The parking spaces it's a wide open parking lot. Everybody was full blown partying. I mean, Chicago Bears tents, and a guy had a bar set up with bottles of liquor. So Arlington Heights would be like that, where it would be a lot more comfortable to party in the parking lot, but then they're going to be generating so much more revenue.
Exactly.
Oh,
And
naming
they put
rights, naming rights alone, they'll get $600 million for just the naming rights of the new stadium.
Just the naming rights alone. I mean,
so
for the Arlington Heights, I'm in. Yeah.
The New England Patriots are in the backyard. They got a fucking mall attached. So say the wife doesn't want to go on a Sunday, she can go shopping at Ulta. She can go over and get a bag at Louis Vuitton, and she can go do her thing.
Yeah, me and the guys are going to the game. You go do some shopping, and when the game gets done,
it's brilliant.
You know what I mean?
They have a nightclub. They got fucking Starbucks, and they got fucking every restaurant you could think of.
Literally, and you. I don't know if you guys know much about with Soldier Field with merchandise. When you walk around Soldier Field during the game, they have little kiosks. There's maybe 4 or 5 kiosks that sell, just say 20 items total. You can go to the merch store, but you have to leave. You have to literally walk out of the gate. In the store is 5 when you walk out, but once you leave, you can't re-enter.
Oh.
But I want to go buy the $500 throwback coat. I can't do that at the game. I got to wait until the end, and now there's 200 people in there, and I'm not going to go shopping. At the new stadium, now they do it. So at the White Sox stadium, they have a massive store, and it's jerseys and literally anything you could think of. So the Chicago Bears open up a badass merch store. Oh, bro, I mean, they're going to be killing it. Yeah, and then I see.
I already have the name. I already have the name of the stadium.
They do?
With the gambling rights alone, somebody just popped up. That alone, opening like a FanDuel type of deal inside the. Oh my god, dude! I mean,
who the fuck? Who was that? Fucking, you took my name, but it's not exact. My name was Prime Stadium. I'm like,
well, that would be
perfect.
That's if they sold
Prime.
the Bezos, and that's.
Well, I mean,
he's buying that shit.
If that's the case, it should be called Funk's Stadium. I think.
Why not?
I don't think you got that.
Funk's Place.
No, I definitely don't have to call it that.
TTNL Network presents Funk's Place, right?
Yeah, see.
Prime be throwing here's $45 million a month just to name the stadium. You know what I'm saying? That. I'm telling you right now, Amazon, that would be a dope name too.
There's just so much money left on the table that I think that for me to get down to a Bear Packer game, it takes me an hour because of traffic. For me to get to Arlington Heights, it would probably take me 35 minutes, 40 minutes maybe. So I don't know, man. I mean, you still call it the Chicago Bears, but you put in Arlington Heights. Who cares?
I agree. The Jets and the Giants play in Jersey. The LA and Chargers, they don't play in LA. They play in some fucking county in California.
Right.
Don't get it twisted. I know there's a lot of historian and history. There's no doubt. And I'll tell you this. I don't care what people say. I've gone to Soldier Field on the lake with the city skyline there. It's an experience like no other. And just to walk through the park to the game. But again, I'm staying downtown in a fucking hotel. You guys are living there, having to drive in, deal with the minutia. And let me tell you, those parking spots are tighter than a freaking nun in church. Let me tell you that, because you ain't getting in there. You ain't getting. We're trying to tailgate. Everybody's on top of you. It's not.
Well, yeah, and the tailgating's not efficient either. You know, and you know, I hate referring back to the Raiders, but the Raiders, it's literally a stadium with nothing but parking lots and a circle around it. So to walk to the other side, you literally just walk around the other fucking side. So being able to party at Arlington Heights, man, it would be fun, man. Sundays would be fun in Chicago Bear games.
Yeah. Plus, you'd get all the other. You'd get the draft. Probably want to come there. You know what I mean? Like if you have it set up.
Super Bowl,
Final Fours, all that shit.
Yeah.
How about the Big Ten championship?
Yeah, because you build a dome, and I would assume maybe a retractable deal or something like that.
Absolutely, you have.
Now you got Taylor Swift, you got Justin, and you got these major hitters that are selling out shows now. I mean, come on.
Oh my God. Claudio and Funk cutting hair in this fucking 50-yard line.
There you go.
No, you know who they're gonna sell it out for? They're gonna sell it out for this guy.
Oh, that's the juice, baby. Yo, I feel the juice in my mouth. Yo, the juice in your ass like Florida orange, baby. Yo, pulp free. Hell no, I need the pulp, need a whole. You're on the air, baby.
Mark Rebele.
I love the robe he had on too.
Mark Rebele. He would sell out there. Just for the record, here's George McCaskey prior to Lawrence Funk.
She agrees with the decisions that we've made. She's pissed off.
I don't know if that's my haircut. I don't think
that ain't your haircut.
Not.
It's definitely before. I said before you.
Yeah, I was to say it just wasn't as crisp as mine. But no, but even when George comes in, man, you know, George seems like he's got a good good mindset. He seems like he's in a good mood and things like that. So
you never get tempted, Lawrence, to say, "Hey, George, seriously, what's going on here?" You never get tempted.
No. I always give my 2 cents on what I think needs to be adjusted, and not as a. Oh, I do all the time, but not as not that you should do this, but I say, you know, what about if with certain things of this, or what about that? I can't give you anything specific, but you know, but I'm friends with these guys too, though. So when I'm talking to them, I'm not talking to them on a business standpoint or a non-friendly basis. I mean, I'm friends.
George just cut his internet.
George was like, "You ain't fucking talking about me." There's no way.
Given the opportunity to do a more expansive search, would you have done it?
I was given the opportunity. I found him.
That was with a Funk haircut right there. An edge up. Nice haircut there. You froze for a second. So
he's good. Okay. Yeah, I'm good. Yes.
There you go.
So I'm friends with these guys, man, and I talk football with them, but like when George is in, if he's in the morning, I'm watching Price is Right. I watch Price is Right every day in the barbershop. So he'll come in and giving me, you know, talking shit to me like, I don't want to watch Price is Right, and then it'll be on, and him and I are bidding on stuff on the show. So it's like
$1, $1.
Yeah, exactly. Get that dollar, spend the dollar. So, but then but George texted me the other day. Actually, I threw out the first pitch at the White Sox, and
that was dope. Nice throw, bro.
I appreciate it. Just for the record, it was an absolute strike. So I just want to make sure that
everybody. Were you nervous that you didn't Baba Booey it, or?
Okay, so at first I was a little nervous, but Lucas Giolito was the guy that caught it, and that's my homie. So right when I got on the field, he came out to say hello, and then him and I were talking like every normal stuff that we talk. So it loosened me up, and then by the time I went out there, as soon as we sat down, or as soon as we got out there, I told Gio, I said, I'm not taking the first pitch. You got to give me a couple signs. So as soon as he squatted down, he had a huge shit grin on his face, and he started giving me the signs. Yeah. And I'm shaking him off, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going. And as soon as I released it, it felt good. And he caught it, and as soon as he caught it, he had a big grin on his face, and he jumped up, and he was like, yelling, it's a perfect pitch, let's go, So I wasn't I was nervous at first. I thought about it, but once I got out there, it was neat. I had all my barbers there. My mom was there. My wife was there. Nice. So it was a really neat experience and throwing to a friend of mine. So, but what I was going to say, though, is McCaskey just the other day sent me a text message, a random, and it was a tweet of somebody throwing out a pitch, and it was like the most ridiculous, threw it into the dugout, and he was like, glad yours wasn't like this. So him and I are on a friend basis. That's what I was just going to say. Yeah, we're on a friendly basis in so we talk football, but then we can also talk sports and
rumor
he's into baseball.
Has it.
He's a
confirm or deny this rumor. Okay.
All right.
Cleveland Browns, Justin Fields gets started. He gets the shit kicked out of him. George McCaskey comes in for an early morning haircut, and Lawrence Funk's like, start Justin Fields, please. Is that the truth?
I mean,
Chip the tight end.
Can't confirm nor deny, right?
I was just gonna say I really can't. No, I was just gonna say I really can't confirm that. I mean, I can't deny it.
Hey, you want this edge up straight, George? Right. What I fucking did.
You want it right nice in the middle.
Right.
Do you cut Ted's hair?
I do not. I see him very, very seldomly. I haven't seen him in ages. I don't even think I've seen him since the pandemic. So I cut. So all the major guys like that, I cut George, Poles, and then you guys know Ian Cunningham.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I cut Ian, and then
assistant GM. I love this dude.
Yeah. So those are the three major guys, obviously, that I cut.
Now listen. Confirm or deny the reality of getting field turf. I asked George McCaskey that to his face because I'm like, all right, it's getting enough. Your boy Cairo refers to the Soldier Field today as uneven. I actually had to go to a park down in Jacksonville to find a grass field that sucked so I can.
He essentially said a shitty grass field that would resemble Soldier Field.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cairo said that?
Begging for you to get him on this show with us because I'm a huge backer. We're big. We backed him from the get-go.
So Cairo's my boy. I mean, Cairo is
I know.
He's a family guy. He's got a really, really nice attitude. And not one time, even with the ups and downs the past couple of years, has he ever had anything bad to say about anybody. Mm-hmm. So, and I can really respect that. And I've always been really good buddies with him. So that's always nice to, having one of those guys on the squad. And he's a beast. I mean, he broke all the records last year, right? 30-something in a row or something like that.
Yeah.
So Bros, what's clutch?
What's going to happen when Pat O'Donnell tries to get a cut from you now, Lawrence?
I actually cut Pat. I cut Pat since he's been in Green Bay.
What?
I mean, dude, Pat, you have to understand.
You got to fuck him up a little bit at the back.
Look,
give him a.
You see what I got back here?
Yeah, no, that's why I brought it up. Yeah, I saw it when you were a little bit earlier. I knew you guys were real close.
No, he's a good buddy, man. My wife and I went to his wedding in Florida, and so he's a good friend of mine. And he texted me right when I heard the news. I texted him and I'm like, "Hey, what's up, man?" And he texted me. He's like, "Please don't be mad at me." It had like a bunch of E's at the end, and I'm like, "No, it's all right." And then my wife, she's a Green Bay Packer fan, so Alina's like, "Yeah." I almost didn't get married.
Two guys with two wives that are Packers fans on this.
Yeah, so but she was like, "Oh my God, tell Pat it's the happiest day of my life." So she was hyped about it, and unfortunately, I'm not a Packer fan, but I think the Packers, they should be really happy that they got O'Donnell because he's a good dude. He's a stud. He's a stud punter, and he's a nice guy. So
I see you got a jersey hanging of the best financial advisor in the history of ever there, in number 4 back there.
Yeah, Mr. Daniel.
Yeah.
Financial advisor.
Yeah. That dude's winning.
No, listen. Over his career, he's made some serious coin and not had to play much football whatsoever.
at all.
No, not at all.
I was hoping it was an Eddie Jackson, but yeah, you're right. The financial.
No,
no one
I got
has
some,
more luck than him.
You see, I got the. So that's a Nick Kwiatkowski.
Nick Kwiatkowski.
That's it.
Claudio thought it was the. What was his name?
No,
what was the running back? Shane 44.
No, that's Kwiatkowski. Yeah, that's an Aaron Lynch
Yep.
Niners. And then there's the Giolito. Oh, we got this is the exclusive here though.
Wow.
The Horace Grant.
Horace Grant. Even I know who 54 the Bulls. Shane, look at that.
What is that, like a 6X? That thing looks.
Is that
huge.
Michael Cooper over there?
Yeah, no.
We got
that's Horace and
Charlie Tilson.
Horace.
Yeah, Charlie Tilson and the Horace from the Lakers.
Yeah, nice.
Brock
and then,
I thought it was a Brock.
Yeah,
thank you, Al.
Yeah, so in here I collect jerseys only from people that I cut though. So I mean that's dope. So my little setup in here is all my buddies' jerseys, which makes it more fun.
Is there a Juan Castillo jersey up in there?
No, I do got I got a
Remember
Dan
we got
Brown.
him on?
Yeah, he was giving me the like. I'm like Juan, just get on.
I still remember Juan comes in. He goes, "They're trashing me right now, huh?" You can hear him off to the side.
He did. He walked up my steps and he's like, "No, they definitely don't want to talk to me." And I said, "Just get on there. They want to say hello."
They're trashing me. I know it.
And because that was right when all that shit was going on, so he was coming over here like. Man, Funk, we need to win some games. We really need to win some games. I'm like, oh, I know we do.
Yeah, that shit was late too. That was like 11 o'clock at night or something. I think
he used to come over here really late, man. Always.
Yeah, you have late night visit, late night cuts with Funk. That could be a show on this network. Yeah. Whoever comes in, we film it.
I got my dentist coming over at 10 o'clock tonight.
Oh, wow.
Look at
nice. Gotta take care of him.
Is there like a barter system for gold fronts?
Yeah,
what are we doing?
Yeah, obvious. No, I just whenever I need any dental work, I text him. Can I get in? Yep, no problem. Yeah. You want the 10 p.m. haircut? No problem.
Yeah, smart.
That's smart, man. The bartering system at play here in 2022. I love it. I love this guy, Lawrence Funk. If you're just tuning in to TTNL Network. We got the Barber of the Bears, friend of the show, a guy that I've had the pleasure of meeting. You came to New Haven, and Claudio doesn't take you to New Haven Pizza. We took you to Zanelli's, Claudio's personal favorite, which is an amazing restaurant.
I think it was good. I think it's really good.
Yeah, but
I just had pizza today.
Didn't get to taste New Haven pizza. That was the only.
When are you coming back out? You coming back out anytime soon?
Yeah, I need to. I don't have anything planned now, but I need to. The dessert they had there was
the Giants and the Jets
desserts.
And the Patriots. So you can hit the East Coast.
Oh, do they replay all three this year? Huh?
All three.
Yeah.
Monday night, we're going to the Patriots. Monday night.
We'll all be at the Patriots game.
Yeah, we're going to the New England game.
They have wider parking spaces.
You can sit in the parking lot with us for 12 and a half hours when we try to get out of there because there's one road out. That's it.
One road out.
I'm serious. That's all there is. No bullshit.
Well, it's one road, but they actually make three lanes, so they go into the other lane, side of the road to make 3 lanes.
But it does take a long time, so you're better just
might as well just go to the bar because they have it's called Patriots Place. It's like a whole mall.
Or you tailgate out in the parking lot where we were, and you have a blast out there.
Do that too.
That'd be pretty cool.
But yeah, you're more than invited to join us. We're gonna have I think we're gonna have a TTNL cruiser, like the Madden cruiser, and we're gonna be out there rocking, socking robots versus Mac Jones versus Justin Fields. Now, talk about Justin Fields, the person. You have the luxury of intimately having these moments with people. I don't know if you Justin Tear, or
so I do not cut him. I do not. Yeah, I know who. I see him outside or inside the facility, outside the barbershop regularly. Yeah. I know who he is. He's know who I am just in passing, but I don't cut him. He's actually the first quarterback since Jay Cutler that I didn't cut or that I had not cut. So, but he seems like a nice guy. I don't really know. I mean, I don't. Watching him play last year. There's not really a whole lot to say, you know what I mean? Like that. I hope he does well. And I hope that this past off season, he's been working on things because obviously we need a stud quarterback. I go back to I think Mitch was our guy. I think he just got screwed over. I think Mitch was the man. I think
we'll see.
Now you can talk Mitch.
Not to get sidetracked, but I think Mitch is going to kill it in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, must have been at the top of your fucking class. Must have been at the top of your.
There's hope, guys.
I have no idea what just happened.
What is going on?
Sopranos action there.
Someone's upset with you for cheering for Mitch here. I don't know.
Hey, listen,
Maybe
everybody for Mitch, but I'm a Mitch fan, so
you liked Mitch. Honestly, start there.
I like Mitch. I liked him.
And you thought that he got a raw deal. I know you're friends with Nagy and stuff, but looking at it, I've always said this myself, anybody working with Nagy, in my professional analytical opinion, watching what Nagy was doing was a downfall for the quarterback because it was played.
No matter who it was. Yeah, no matter who it was.
Exactly. It wasn't.
Well, now that they're not on the team. I mean, did Mitch ever kind of complain a little bit?
No, and not one time. No, not one time. I mean, because you understand, man, Mitch was a stud. He was. Did Mitch tip well? Yeah, he was a good tipper.
What was the question, Claudio?
I do. But to whoever just asked me, I do got some that are not good tippers. I'm not mentioning names, but I got some that are cheap.
No tipping, tipping. No tipping.
It's like a no tipping Pippin situation. Yeah. Hey, but if anybody wants to know, Poles is a good tipper though.
There
he's a solid tipper, and so. But no, I think Mitch got a raw end of the deal. I mean, I think Mitch had a lot of qualities that were unused, and I really wish him the best. I really hope that he does well out there and has a solid couple years, with those guys. And actually,
we're gonna see. So. And this is honestly to stay a little bit on Mitch, because there are Mitch support groups out there. True.
There are Mitch support groups.
Oh yeah, there's Mitch support group.
I guess there's a support group for every damn buddy, huh?
Twitter's full of crazy fucking people.
Yeah,
Lawrence, are you on Twitter? Do you got a handle? I know you're on Instagram.
No, I mean I have one, but I'm never on there. I just usually
I know you're on
Instagram.
Okay. What's Instagram?
I'm with him on Instagram.
Lawrence the Barber.
Lawrence the Barber. Okay,
Lawrence
put it up.
the Barber. Can you put it as his name so they can follow Lawrence the Barber? He is.
I'm constantly trying to put pictures of my clients on there. Whether it's because I know there's a lot of Bear fans on there, so I mean they always like to see the guys' fresh haircuts. And
who was the best tipper on the Chicago Bears? Nano wanted to know in your history here. Who was?
Ryan Pace was actually probably my best tipper.
Now,
but again, it goes back to what I was saying, man. He was always a very sophisticated. He was always a stud, man. I mean, he had a good family life. His wife was really elegant and sophisticated, Stephanie, and their daughter was very well mannered. So I think he just deep down was like a professional guy, just knew to tip well, for the service and things like that.
He always had no problem spending a lot of money, right?
What'd you say?
He never had a problem spending a lot of money. Ryan Pace,
no,
Mike Glennon.
No.
Balls,
yeah. No. But he would never. He would. But he was never trying to be cheap with me. I mean, maybe on other things, but not with me.
He was always paying everybody too much, is what Shane's saying. But he never paid us a compliment when we paid for his haircut, man. So I left.
He did say thank you, though. I told Claudio that. I did tell Claudio.
That's not enough. It's not good enough for an Italian over here.
Well, I think he's in Atlanta now, right?
Yes.
Signing all the former Bears. He's got 14 of them there.
Affetti. Yeah. He's got William.
They brought in Kwiatkowski, I think.
Yeah. Oh, there's legit. There's 14 former
Mike
Bears.
Glennon there. Then I'll laugh.
No. They just brought in Abdullah Anderson. Just signed there a few days ago.
Is Foles there though?
No, he's in Indy.
No, I'm just talking trash.
Nick Foles. Did he come and ever get that? Yeah.
I cut his hair a few different times.
He looked like Sunshine from freaking Remember the Titans when he won.
He's a big old dude, man. I didn't realize how big he was.
Yeah.
Feathered hair.
He's tall. He's got long arms. He had long hair. I mean, everything was long on him.
Yeah.
Long neck.
Did you cut Mike Glennon there?
I did not shave his bald head. I did not do that.
Oh my God, you are a treasure for us here.
No, I appreciate it, man.
No, seriously.
I just love coming on.
I know you're busy, man. You got a lot of shit going on. You got the Andes, right? You're working with Andes.
We cut at Lollapalooza. We have we set up a 3-chair barbershop. My buddy Steve out in Massachusetts, or he's from Mass, but it's called the Barber Authority. So we do backstage at Lollapalooza in the artist compound. So it's a 3-chair barbershop tent, and that's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it's like the longest weekend ever, 12, 13-hour days. So we just wrapped that up. That was last weekend. And then before that, we had another music festival that I did. And then we have another one coming up. So we've been at music festivals. We did the Kerry Wood charity golf outing at Medina golf course out here. That was just a charity event. We were set up on hole 18, giving haircuts on the backside of the clubhouse. Which is pretty cool.
That's awesome. Sweet. That's dope.
So yeah, we've been busy, man, in the summertime. Yeah, man, we're trying to just stay busy and stay relevant. Whether it's cutting hair or whether it's promoting the business or whatnot. So,
did you get to see Zach Miller when he was in town?
Oh man,
singing?
Zach is the
playing cornhole.
I cut it. So when he was in town for cornhole and him and Cutler, I'm like, dude, why is Jay slacking? So he texted Jay, and Jay was like, oh, apologize to Funk. I missed him this time. But I see Zach every single time he's in town.
Yeah.
So he was just here, I think last week, Saturday. Or he was here during Lollapalooza. So I brought him backstage at Lollapalooza. We hung out back there. I cut him. So he actually is going to be in town this coming week. He's got an event, I think, for Miller Lite.
How's he doing? How's his leg doing and stuff? I know when we had him on the show, he said he was still dealing with,
Yeah, I mean, that's gonna be constant with him. I mean, that's long term. But he's doing well with, I don't know if you guys have been following his country music.
Yeah,
but he's been killing it, man. I mean, his music's been doing really well, and
we got to get him on here again and promote it.
Maybe what we should do is get him on here, and he can serenade you guys.
Yeah. Listen,
like all three of you guys are like, yeah,
of course.
No, I want to promote him. When you look, in all honesty, for real, he came on here before and was gracious with his time, but the person that he is, the integrity, there's not a lot of human beings that are like that. In all seriousness, so this network,
that's why him and I are,
yeah, exactly. You have that saying. I can speak for Lawrence, and he treated me and Claudio like kings out there. You and your whole crew, your GM there, the redheaded dude, he was, and your barbers there, all of you guys, you got a great shop, beautiful shop downtown. Obviously, if you're just tuning in, he's the Chicago Bears barber, the official barber, Lawrence Funk. He also cuts, don't you cut the baseball team too? Another team?
So I cut a few of the Chicago White Sox and then a few of the guys from the Blackhawks.
Tony La Russa fall asleep in your barber chair?
No. Cut a pat on the back of his head. He knocked off on me or something.
Shit. Wake up, man. Wake up.
You guys obviously know who Dylan Cease is.
Yeah, yep.
So that's one of my good boys. Nice. So that mustache he's been rocking, that's my mustache that I've been cutting for him. So
sweet.
Yeah, so I don't cut any Chicago Cubs and no Chicago Bulls for whatever reason.
So are there any player on the team that you don't cut, that you see their hair and you're like, yo, I gotta get that too?
Yeah, there's a lot of those guys.
You don't want to name nobody?
No. I mean, I see a lot of people at the Chicago Bears that I walk by and I'm like, I need to give you a haircut, man.
Roquan was looking like he needed a freshie.
Yeah, I think Ro doesn't really get too many like fresh haircuts though. He'll get them, but not a whole bunch. So I mean, I think he just kind of keeps it more natural.
He does it himself, like not having an agent. He does it himself.
I think maybe, I don't know.
Got the Floby. What about Teven Jenkins? You cut Teven Jenkins there?
Nope. I haven't cut him. So I've been cutting all the new tight ends.
Yeah.
All right. I can't remember.
Ryan.
Ryan, the tall, dark-haired guy with a beard.
Yeah, Rice and John. I think his name.
Rice and John. Yeah. What's the kid from UConn? Why am I forgetting his name, Shane? Someone's calling him. That's when he goes black.
Oh, yeah.
So it's probably George. Like, can you get the fuck off that show? McCaskey's calling me again.
Tony LaRusse, I wasn't fucking sleeping, man.
Yeah, I wasn't sleeping.
Listen, man.
Been cutting all the tight ends there over there.
Yeah, so
Cole,
no, the tight ends and a lot of the new O-line or D-line guys I have not cut. I've been cutting Generico. I've been cutting him.
The quarterback coach?
Yes, the quarterback coach. And then
coach.
He said, do I manscape? I definitely not. You can buy a Manscaped and do it yourself, though.
Yeah, they're a sponsor. That's why they're.
That's what I mean. You can buy it, do it yourself.
Yeah, right.
That's it. That's all we asked them to do. We just joked that Claudio
did a how-to video on manscaping on here one night. We didn't even know he was broadcasting.
What did you do? What did you do? You had your leg up, or what did you do?
It's crazy. I don't know. He's like, where
this is how you do it.
There's my TV remote. Been looking for that. Yeah.
I got it up.
There it is. He got it up. But yeah,
man, a lot of my regulars though are gone now. Keem Hicks, Allen Robinson, Fetty. I mean, I was literally cutting all those dudes.
Which one would you miss the most?
I love Akeem Hicks. His personality is the shit.
The best.
I know he had a couple injuries, the last couple years or whatever, like off and on. But when he's on the field and he's rocking Brady and crawling on the ground like a fucking dog barking at him, that's what we need on the defense. You know what I mean? I love that shit.
I miss
but then his personality is fun. No, he's actually legitimately like he's the type of dude. If he's in the room, you'll hear him. He's in there talking trash, but like in good fashion. And he's he's an enjoyable guy to talk to.
Well, speaking of personality, I've got a question here. Any player stands out now with their personality?
Well, I know when Danny Trevathan, when he was around, he was really loud. A loud mouth, like in a good way. So his personality was obviously, great for the locker room. I don't really know now because there's been so many changes.
Yeah.
Because Cairo and Scales, they're normal dudes. They're not in the locker room talking shit or like going above and beyond. Akeem Hicks was the one that he would be literally in the middle of the locker room, wrangling everybody up to have a meeting and talking shit to everybody. He was that guy. So I don't know if there's too many of those guys in the locker room.
So let me ask you this. Hold on. You have a shop there. Is there certain days that are advertised for players? Are there other barbers with you, or just you by yourself there? So obviously,
No, so with my Bears contract, they built me a 2-chair barber shop. So I go up there. I go up there once a week, and I usually bring one of my barbers up there. So it's two of us. The off season, I'm there by myself because it's not as busy. But then it's solely Funk's Barbershop is in there. We don't bring anybody else in. So it's nice because it's promoted, as me, and I'm there. And we have an app like I do at my regular barbershop that all the guys book themselves. So then when I wake up in the morning, I'll have, my appointment. So I run it just like a regular barbershop. So, I mean, and it's me and my crew there. That's why I was saying, like, I plan on being at the Chicago Bears for the rest of my career, or at least my Funk's Barbershop name, whether it's my people and so on and so forth.
So I got a two-parter.
Don't get him fired on this question, Shane. Please.
No. It's not that. Patrick Scales, you ever give him shit about being ranked 46 on Madden?
No, I think he should be ranked way higher than that.
I think he's like, 46. They did a thing with him on there. He was flipping out about his 46 ranking.
No, dude, I can't. As soon as I hang up with you guys, I'm going to text him. I'm like, bro, I just did this podcast. You're ranked 46. First of all, how the hell is you
overall?
Ranked 46? No, but 46 overall, that's shitty.
Yeah, like that's his talent. He was a 46 ranking.
Listen. O'Donnell said that in I forgot. No, I'm sorry. Cairo said in the entire time he was there, Scales has almost never long snapped a shitty snap. He said almost never.
Well, for them to go from Manley to Patrick Scales, that's amazing.
Scales keeps that fucking, and it's funny that you brought it up because the special teams coach was giving a most analytical that I've ever heard.
Coach Taves.
Yeah, the new
That's
coach,
my boy.
not Coach Taves.
Coach
Taves.
Hightower. Hightower's my guy too.
Was talking about it today, saying, Patrick Scales, Santo wants the ball at 11 o'clock. Patrick Scales gets it there at 11 o'clock. Those laces are important. And we always go back to
like that.
What's the movie?
Laces Out, bro. Ace Ventura.
Ace Ventura.
Yeah, Ace
exactly.
Ventura,
We'll go
bro.
back to it. But it's the reality of truth. Those laces have to be turned out to make it quicker.
Scales is an absolute stud. So
we
I
got to get him on here too. He's got
great.
a great personality. Can you hook that up too?
I definitely could do that. Scales loves doing shit like that.
All these Bears fans, we got about 500.
Yeah, well, tell him we will start an online campaign to get his overall pushed up over 50.
Get Scales to 53. That's
so we'll give away a Patrick. We'll customize a Patrick Scales jersey.
I still can't believe he's ranked 40 or 40.
Yeah, it's like 46 or 48. I think last time. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh my.
Well, my other question was going to be, Lawrence, when you're like the first time that you cut George McCaskey's hair, is that like the big game for you? Like you're nervous? Is there any nerves at all?
Well, the first time, because you guys obviously know who Soup is.
Yeah.
Soup was my direct connect there, and he was like, "Hey man, George, George, he always called him George M." But he was like, George, I want a haircut. And I'm like, yeah, no problem. So the first time I was like, holy shit, you got the owner here. But then since then, I mean, he's told me, stories about George Hallis.
Yeah.
He's told me stories that he's heard it directly either from his mother or from, right from the source, if you will. So from the beginning, I was nervous because obviously he's the owner. I mean,
we
but
have
now
an update from one of our fans, Patrick Scales. I'm sorry. I don't know if you guys could see the ranking is 31 overall.
Oh, 31.
31. It's going down since
What's
we
his
went.
speed?
Patrick.
What's his speed on there?
31.
I need my reading glasses for this.
Yo, Lawrence, your audio is a little. There's some stuff going on. Maybe tweak it.
Audio's correcting.
I'm gonna have it up in a minute, Phil. Hold on.
All right.
Can
6'3",
Yeah,
228.
good now. There was just some crackle when you were talking.
10-year pro out of Utah State. So they don't give me the speeds and stuff.
I know he's not fast. I know that.
I see it. I see it. 31 overall. Receiving. They don't think he can catch.
Damn.
He has a 38. He can't throw. How can he throw through his legs beautifully, Madden? You're giving him 11 rating. 11.
31 overall. Yeah, you're gonna have to give him some.
They gave him a 50.
That's how you set it up, man. These TTNL guys
D
are talking so much shit, dude. You're only a 31 on the new Madden.
Dude, I'm literally. I'm not bullshitting you. As soon as I hang up, I'm gonna text him and say, I'm gonna be like, hey, 31. Jesus.
Oh my God.
I mean, if you ever see him on the sidelines, he spins the ball on it. He'll spin it on his finger, and what he does is he throws it on the ground and bounces it back to himself. So I mean, his ball control is phenomenal. So whoever's saying that, I don't know, man. Scales is about his.
I just sent it to you, so that way you got it. You can
tell him TTNL, the Tape Never Lies Network. Don't say podcast because we are a show. Okay.
For a show, yeah.
We moved on.
I'm only correcting you to correct the audience because everybody knows they're gonna send me. It's a show, the #1 Bears show on the planet. We're defending Patrick Scales. That is bullshit. I'll say it on the air.
Bullshit.
It is bullshit because that dude legitimately, listen, even for O'Donnell, and O'Donnell had one of the slowest fucking wind-up kicks ever. Would drive me insane. Scales got it back there, fucking diming it, even in the worst weather. Boom, boom. I've never seen him miss a snap. Never. I don't want to jinx it.
Well, what about Scalesy getting down for the tackles though?
Yeah.
Oh, he's not afraid. How's he beating these motherfuckers down?
He was running down. He was running down and tackling them and getting like doing the belt across the stomach and that. Like,
Dude,
come on, bro. You know how
he
would do like the arm up and you know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like,
I love Scales. Fucking, I hate snakes, but I love Patrick Scales. I'll tell you that. Well, listen, we've said it all with you. You are the absolute quintessential TTNL guest. When we come out there,
you know that.
When we come out there, you've actually were the go-between to get Zach Miller on this show. Without you, we would have never had that experience. So now I'm asking for the special teamers. Scales.
I'm gonna get the guys on here.
Yes, you got to tell them we love them here. We got anybody you think that
would we'll have you all on at the same time.
We can have you all on at the same time.
So what can I? What if I get O'Donnell on here? Is that kind of against the rules?
Fuck no, it's against the rule. I don't want to.
You get anybody on here, bro.
We'll take him. We'll talk.
His uncle is a family friend of mine. So when I was at Soldier Field, you were down on the field. Remember that day with Cutler?
Yeah. Yep.
Cutler staring at Mitch's girl's ass. We caught him.
I was like, yo, he has not stopped looking at that girl's ass.
Claudio's filming the whole thing back and forth. I'm like, yo. But then we see Pat O'Donnell. I'm like, Fran Stupakovich, baby. And he looked, then we started talking. And I'm like, go tell Funk we're over here. And then you came over. We had some laughs about Cutler. But yes, you are the man, bro. I have a lot of fun with you. I love when you come on here and grace us with your time. And obviously, as the season goes on and you develop a little bit more of an understanding of I got to get my boy Dieter in there to get his hair cut from you. That my guy, Dieter Island from
man.
South Africa. Now he's on the Bears. Unbelievable story. I'm going to tell him today. Do you cut my boy Demo's hair or no?
Mm-mm.
No.
How about Mooney?
No, Mooney. I see Mooney all the time. I literally saw him. I was there. I don't know, Friday. I was there this past Thursday. I saw him. I see the island. So where my barber shop is, there's like a door right next to my shop that goes out like next to the player entrance. So they always sneak out that way. So I literally walk by the shop. Hey Funk, hey, what's up, man? Hey Funk, hey Funk. You know, so and it's funny when I got McCaskey in there, the players are like, you know, trying to like walk by the window. And I look up and the guys are like, hey George, you know, and they're not trying to see. And I'm like, the hell's everybody so damn scared about? You know what I mean? But you know, I guess you know, with the players, seeing the GM or seeing the owner, it's like weird for them. To me, I'm like, the hell you guys so scared about? But yeah, so I mean, I see the guys on a regular basis, but I haven't cut any of them guys yet. Montgomery, I was in. We went to Mitch's wedding, and we sat with Montgomery at the table. So I mean, I see him all the time, but yeah, I haven't cut him either.
Love that dude. I'm excited about his upcoming season. If you're a fantasy guy,
you should have take him. Stud season this year. He should.
There you go. If you're just tuning in, we're here and we're saying goodbye to our guy, Lawrence Funk, the barber of the Bears. Follow him at Lawrence Funk, the barber, right?
Yeah,
Lawrence the Barber
on Instagram.
On Instagram. Yep. At Lawrence with a W, the barber on Instagram. And also let him know you saw him here. Hopefully you'll know if Scales and Santos come on this show, who was behind that deal. We loved you, Lawrence.
Scales right now. I still can't believe he's 31, though. I'm going to talk shit to him.
It's worse than we thought.
Yeah, we thought it was 46. It's 31.
Yes, we're going to fight for Scales' right on the football field. All right,
for real.
Brother.
God bless you. As I was talking to you, appreciate you having TTNL, the show, not a podcast, boys.
That's right.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you, bro.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon, all right?
Later.
All right.
All right, bye.
The best.
Peace.
Lawrence Funk. He lives
that,
by the funk, dies by the funk, giving up his time. He's about to cut someone's hair. His dentist's hair, Claudio. Do you cut?
Yeah,
do you barter with anybody, Claudio?
His name is Krentis.
Yeah.
Right. all the newbies will have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, but you know.
I was gonna ask you, have you played receiver?
No, I did. Yes.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you, Claudio. Claudio played receiver, wore number 80. Shane. Number 80.
The barbers, we have steady hand. We gotta have steady hands. So
how many touchdowns in your career, Claude?
Well, I put, what was it, like 3 or 4?
He had about 4.
About 3 or 4.
But there's one play, Claudio still
the
has
shit play.
The shit play.
Oh boy. I'll never
I
live
put
that
this
shit
play in while we wait for our next guest. Yes, we've talked about Roquan, but let me talk about number 80. We had this play called shit play, and what it was what Nagy loved to run probably every play, but it was a gimmick play off of what we did, Shane. It was power right throwback to the quarterback, but the mesh had to be perfect, and the quarterback had to stare at the runner. Like, I would go crazy if the quarterback didn't turn, because the whole play would mess up. And what Claudio's job, he would be the split end on the backside. So we're going power right to the tight end side. Running back gets there. They're double teaming to seal and hold that edge. Running back gets there, turns around, throws it back to the quarterback. And you always have that chasing end that's coming free on the backside. And they would always be like, oh, shit. So that's why I called it that play, because the runner would throw it over his head to the quarterback. And Claudio's job was to run flat and block. Try to block, but then take off and go as deep as you can. And
I did it perfect, dude, because I
did it. It was Claudio's wide open, shit. Wide open. No one's in sight. 85 yards. He's running.
I had a dude on my back, and I'm so excited that I'm about to do this shit. I'm not even paying attention where I am, and I go to the corner, and I fucking step out of bounds at like the 1. No, I stepped out of bounds at the 1.
You got pushed.
Claude, real quick, check your phone. I just sent you a picture that you got to give to Funk before he gets a hold of Patrick. You can send it to him.
Oh my God, my boy Claudio not scoring. Not scoring on the shit play.
Yeah,
listen,
that was fun.
BHL is back. We will be live, Bears Hour Live, this Saturday, Shane. Me, you, my dad, and a bunch of other people as we get the kickoff of the Chicago Bears, the first
go live at halftime
live scrimmage. We will be live at halftime on our patron side. You're going to have to be ready. It's the number 1 post-game show on the planet as well. Give a fuck about your play call or how good you think you can be and creative. The last time a creative coach won a Super Bowl was never to throw that flag. Don't give me no fucking taunt. We know what it was. He bumped into you. He's emotional. So am I. So is my kid. So is every fucking fan in the stadium. Telling him, go fuck yourself. Every person in this fucking country saw this shit. These players lack discipline, tackling, blocking. I just can't believe he didn't fucking put tight ends in the second half to help.
Why?
I think you have to keep that kind of mentality. Whatever situation.
It infuriates me to the point of anger, laughter.
Growth. This is going to be the night that we look back at as Chicago Bears fans when we can say in unison, we have a fucking quarterback. It started tonight.
BHL back. Coming back this Saturday. We will be live at halftime on the patron side as well as after the show. It is finally here.
Claudio
From
can
now
come
on,
back to work.
every
The season's
Sunday.
here.
Jackal, it must be game day. Jackal's here. Where is he? There he is.
What's up, boys? What's going on?
Partner in crime.
Love
Yes,
it.
sir.
I fucking
How we
love
doing?
it.
I love it, Phil. I fucking love it.
There you
Funk
go.
was wonderful. Always a pleasure to see that, gentleman.
Great.
We got our guy. We got everybody here. We got Ivan
The other
rocking his
partner in
Cubs
crime.
hat. Is there any
Yo,
hope
always
for the
always
Cubs?
rocking the Cubs hat.
Is there any hope for the Cubs right now?
No, not right now. Not for another 2 years.
Okay. Okay. I have no idea.
Nope.
And of course, we got AB in the house.
Yo, what's up?
Everybody's here.
Yes.
Oh man, we had a good time talking to Funk. Obviously, Ivan, you and Alan's first time seeing Lawrence here on the network. What were your thoughts of Lawrence?
Lawrence is a cool guy, man. I mean, relaxed, laid back. He seems sure. I mean, I want to see if he could go ahead and tame this beast.
Yeah,
but
it was still the handlebar I was bringing you
Start
out,
with the
but
neck.
going
Right,
into the
right.
goatee.
well,
There
no,
was
it's just
Dude, he
it's
shaved
got
this
that
morning. He
five-
shaved
I
this morning.
Shaved yesterday. I shaved. It's still the
Evolved.
Fu Manchu. It's still the Fu Manchu, but I got to clean it up a little bit.
Well,
Now, when we're out there,
it was
we're
a
gonna
lot.
have to go check out his shop. Is so sick. It's right
Yeah,
on
we could do a
Dearborn,
little promo video
South
over
Dearborn
there.
Street.
It was
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
South Dearborn. That guy's a great human being too,
Yeah, he's
so
a
I
good
have
dude.
no
Yeah.
problem. You know, we get labeled. There's certain I just don't listen to podcasts like Shane does and other friends of mine. When they clip something and send it to me, then I listen. So we will always
If you don't
promote.
listen to podcasts, you missed Hub Arkish saying that Roquan Smith is playing Ryan Poles like a drum and totally winning these
I can't-
negotiations. He had to have made that comment before Poles came out and spoke. It had to have been.
I don't
gotta
think
look
so.
at the timeline on that.
Let's look at the timestamps because Hub has been lax in his questions. Again, me and Hub went at it way back when I was on Twitter because he told me there's no way Peanut Tillman's a Hall of Famer. And honestly, I just lost it and it just got me fired up. And I believe 100% that Peanut Tillman is a Hall of Famer. Smash that like button, as Adam Jenkins, thank you, Adam, is saying. Let other people know about the TTNL network. And if you got a podcast and you're trying to start something up, send it to me. I promise you I'm going to listen to it and give you a grade. It might be a 31 like Patrick Scales out of 100, but it'll be truthful and honest. I'm always trying to promote good people. Don't get it twisted. I'm going to find Shane will always find, Ryan Cox will always find, Chris Jackal will always find. Those three right there will always find quotes or sound bites that they know are going to get me amped up. So I stay away from all of it. And then I just hear that. I just come on with my truths here. There's my truth. And he's a very nice dick that, thank you. I am a nice. Shane always brings his truth here as well. Wear our hearts on our sleeves. So I'm asking you to wear yours. The last time I'm going to ask tonight. If you love this network and want to be a part of something that we consider, I'm putting it in the hands of producer Ron G. It's no offense to Alan Bratcher or Ivan, but Ron G begged me for the opportunity to produce the TTNL fan documentary. What does TTNL mean to you? How you found it, whatever. And so far, Shane and I have seen I haven't seen all of them because I'm trying not to.
Amazing.
But a couple
Yeah,
I've seen
pretty
have been
awesome.
absolutely
But yeah, Smiling Cashews, absolutely. Put your name, where you're from, put that in there so we know, who's talking.
Absolutely. And they have been a teary-eyed thing for me. It got me very emotional. And TTNL is family. I'm going to support every fan that supports good people and good thinking. And if we just
fuck yourself,
we'll bring
Not
cars in to
but
do
we
that.
will. We will. Even though Cars is salty, we'll support him.
Cars was outstanding on the pop-up show.
He was.
I got to give him a great grade because I was listening back to it and I was just like so proud of him from where he started to where he is delivering these truths. And that brings me to
Cars is that dude that always thinks that nobody's listening to what he says and nobody likes him, but he just comes up and he hits a triple every fucking time.
Exactly.
Consistent. He's like, nah,
just crazy. He's always
nobody wants
knowledge, man.
Yeah. Walk to his car and there's like 6 groupies out there asking for his autograph.
He's big time Eric Kramer.
you Cars?
We're gonna make sure Kramer is out there. We have announced to our patrons, so I'm gonna announce it again now that we will be in Chicago for the Lions versus Bears. That's November 13th weekend. We will be there. We are planning a tailgate, but also if you're a patron, we're going to have the night before tailgate, TTNL tailgate, whatever it's going to be, party.
Funk's got a place.
That's going to be. Funk's got a place. Chris Zorich tells me he's got a place. A lot of people are telling me they got a place. We'll see. We are going to be there, all of us. So haters beware. We will be in the city.
Haters can come too.
Yes, of course. Cool Kennedy and myself will be playing the TTNL.
If you want to say fuck you, Phil, fuck you, Shane, we'll let you in.
I will throw the ball at anybody as hard as I can, and if they catch it, I will give away whatever they want.
Go fuck yourself, Phil and James.
If you want to try to catch my pass for whatever swag Alex Acevedo has in his cardboard box.
I think we got to get a TTNL football game going. We got to try to play.
Oh, we were trying to think about that. Then me and Shane were like, we're fucking old, bro. I don't want to get hurt.
Yeah, you guys are going to fucking pull a hand.
We had to listen to poor Ron G today. He left his shoulder and he left his shoulder in the Walter Payton Center. He said,
"Sure."
Threw it out. Mine needs surgery.
Left the shoulder jumping on Ivan's back.
I'm like Rudy's brother.
Phil had a very.
I'll be in the all times quarterback.
We were talking to Ron G on the phone. He's like, "Hey, you guys need a place to stay when you come for the game. We got an extra room." Feels like, do you murder people in there? Ron never picked up on it.
He kept going. He's like,
is that where the bodies are? He's like, yeah, so you guys have your own bathroom. Feels like
chains.
Fucking you murder puppets in there.
Is there plastic wrapping in there?
So great. He just kept on trucking through. It's got a good nice shag carpet. Feels like,
why is it so quiet in here?
80s carpet.
What are those stains on the wall, Ron?
Ron G.
Ron,
honestly, is gold.
He's the best.
Yes,
that guy can make a background in 10 minutes. He could probably he's probably changing this one right now because he's pissed that Robert Quinn's head's cut off by Ivan's shoulder there. Anyway, while we wait for our next guest, let me play a little of this clip here to give you a taste. A lot of people are like, what do I say? We can't just play Adam Rank, can we? We could, yeah, let's play. Which one, Shane? Rank or the TTNL Aponte?
Go fuck yourself, Phil and James.
Yes, that was Barb's. What do you love about TTNL, Barb? She sent us that.
I got it up.
Keeping it 100.
We'll play Adam Rank. Here's Adam Rank talking about TTNL.
Here is what the Tape Never Lies Network means to me. Now, there's a lot of sites out there, a lot of fan sites and all that stuff, but there are few, if any, that matches the knowledge, the wisdom, and the charisma of the Tape Never Lies Network. It is what I rely upon each and every week to find out what's going on with our Chicago Bears. Listen, I like the Sick Podcast. It's fine. Its host is okay. But for me, the money site is the Tape Never Lies Network. Watch it.
Adam Rank, friend of the show, giving his great job by you, Ivan, out there. Meeting with Adam Rank, getting the true skinny on Adam. Adam spoke to me for quite a bit and was praising both you and Ron G, the network, and everything, how professional you guys were, and what a great time he had with you guys. So it's a lot of fun to see Adam, throw our name in there. He's never afraid. And, again, family is authentic. Do you want your big brother to look shitty on television? I hope you don't do that. I hope you fix his collar, take care of him.
Jackpot.
So
we have a doorbell.
That's important. I get it. And I really appreciate Adam and what he said there. Now,
awesome.
My guy, you've been waiting for it. There's a lot of freaking Bears turbulence. If McCaskey and Ted Phillips and Adam Johns were on a flight again to hire Ryan Pace and Matt Nagy, that plane would go down with all the turbulence that are going on. Let's bring out my guy. You know him from 670 The Score. He's the sideline voice of the Chicago Bears and 670 The Score every Sunday. He's my guy. We fixed his intro for him, so he's going to be super excited to come on here. He's Mark Grote.
This guy has been with Phil and Shane so long. He needs to have his own office at the Tape Never Lies Network Studios. You can also hear him on his Let Me Put a List Together podcast, which will come in handy covering a Bears organization with so many flaws. 100 crew, get up out your seats and give it up for WSCR Radio's own Mr. Mark Grote.
There he is. How you doing?
That was hot. I enjoyed that. That was just straight cool. That intro. I will miss the irony of Mr. I'm never gonna give you up.
We got to deal with those YouTube copyright claims, Mark.
Oh,
smacking us around.
So you weren't really doing me a favor. You
No,
were doing a favor.
We were doing you a favor because I was parodying the song, Shane. So it never copyrighted. So
right. Oh, okay. So there really
remember that, Mark.
Issues. Okay, that's right. That's a handy little thing to remember, right? If you parody it and don't actually call it that song, then you're okay.
Yep. So it's the Weird Al Yankovic loophole.
There you full circle. Full
circle.
Actually,
let's get it on.
Weird Al just wrote a book and is doing some concert tour. I just heard some promotion for him, so he's in the bloodstream right now. I don't know why.
Still going strong.
Yeah.
He did have a concert at Hofstra when I was there in 1994. I saw Weird Al.
That was the heyday for Weird Al.
Yeah, eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Eat it.
Open up your mouth and feed it. Yeah.
Open up your mouth. How could we forget?
Mark had that tape, right? Back night.
The cassette.
Yeah.
The cassette.
I actually don't think I bought it. It would have been the tape or the cassette. Yeah, I don't think I actually owned that one, but I remember it playing all the time on the top 40 radio stations, which I was listening to at the time. Yeah.
It was crazy that it was hitting the top 40 as well. It was being played on MTV like every 11 minutes. It would come back on.
What a bizarre
back when MTV showed music.
Yeah. Maybe we need to have more respect for Weird Al. Think about that.
Yeah.
This guy is a goof who made parody songs, and he was a top 40, and I assume he's a millionaire, right? I mean,
He's gotta be.
Yeah.
Let me look up his net worth right now, Mark.
Yeah. Check out his net worth, because I guess it could have gone. He does sort of feel like the type of guy who would like
20
lose all
million
his money too. Oh, 20 million. Okay.
Yeah.
He does have a
Right
bank.
He's hovering around that asking price.
Yeah. He's got a bankruptcy vibe to him. I wonder if you read a little deeper in his Wikipedia page. There's probably some part that says, and then in 1997, Weird Al lost $7 million. I would be surprised. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Like,
let me ask you there. Start with the elephant there. Roquan Smith, 20 million. We're hearing he's asking for 22, but who knows? But you're there on the sideline, the player himself. Me and Shane have our questions about an off the ball linebacker making that amount of money. But you tell me, who is he? Is he the leader? Is he somebody that everybody looks to and they need right now? Or is this a kind of stance that Poles has all the ammunition against him?
Yeah, Roquan Smith is looked to as a leader. I mean, every player that we talk to, if we bring up Roquan Smith's name, typically they unprompted will inevitably bring up the word leadership, and as it pertains to Roquan Smith. So he definitely is well liked in the locker room, or so it seems. And I'm just going on what players are saying, because, again, we will get back in the locker room once the regular season starts, but we have not been in the locker room. We get to talk to these guys, but not in as intimate of a setting as we would like, because then it gets easier to answer these types of questions. But yeah, he's a leader. I will say this: Nicholas Morrow is the guy that's going to be calling the defensive plays. Though he'll have the green dot on his helmet, which I think is interesting, because Roquan Smith, took that away from Danny Trevathan once upon a time ago, and I did not think that was something that he would relinquish even this year, even though he is the will and not in the middle where Morrow will be. That did surprise me. That did surprise me a little bit. But they really do like Nicholas Morrow. Morrow, like Roquan Smith, really intelligent, like smart guy, IQ wise. So, you got two really confident guys in that regard. So, yeah, he does hold a little bit of power that way, but I don't think Roquan Smith is thought of as by anybody, or I don't know, maybe some of the players do. I don't think they think of him as a superstar. I think star, really good. I mean, that might be there, but he's not like this slam dunk guy who I think that like Ryan Poles looks at, or Matt Eberflus. They'll know how good he is, but I don't think he reaches the level of superstar, and I think that's part of the problem too.
Yeah.
How much? I mean, I think it's widely assumed that a lot of this holdup, other than money, is about the negotiating tactics of Roquan essentially representing himself. I mean, I've heard a lot of NFL people. I was listening to NFL radio today, and they did a poll of 32 different people in organizations throughout the league. They said this is the one deal you don't want to represent yourself. That second deal, when you're talking about that generational money. And to me, Mark, it just seems like he's in a position where you've been around this business long enough. I'm sure you have an agent. When there's negotiations going on, you're going to hear a lot of negative stuff about yourself, and your agent isn't going to necessarily share all of that with you. And I'm sure when Roquan is in there, Cliff Stein and everybody else is pointing out everything that he's not great at, and it seems like he's really taking it personal. And to me, sending out that stuff to Ian Rappaport, to me, he really jumped the gun. And Ryan Poles sent a message loud and clear yesterday, and then followed it up with the big shot today. I mean, what were your What were your thoughts? You've been around this long enough. Were you shocked to see Ryan Poles come out the gate and address it like he did?
First of all, I would say I don't think I've ever read anything as strong as what Roquan Smith wrote. I mean,
shit.
He laid it on thick. I don't think I've ever seen that. And it was, and going back to your, the point you were making about Roquan representing himself, I will say this. Like it's probably not a good idea for players to represent themselves, but Roquan Smith to me has come across as rather savvy and not afraid. Like again, what he wrote in that press release essentially to Ian Rappaport was just heavy and well written. I don't know if, whether you agree with the content, agree with whether he should have done it or not. I mean, it tugs at everybody. He goes after the fans, the organization, his history of the linebackers. It's unbelievable. So I actually thought that was, again, whether for better or for worse, I thought it was a pretty savvy move. I actually think he's been savvy. I mean, he's got this hold in like players are doing right now. So there's a protocol he's following. Somehow he landed on the PUP list, which he's off of right now. Then he pulls the big press release to Ian Rappaport. And then to your final question and my final point to this particular question or version of this question, yeah, Ryan Poles did the right thing. I mean, Ryan Poles is getting a pat on the back for returning the call or for speaking to the media, which I appreciate and everybody appreciates, considering his predecessors rarely would get up to the mic. But I don't think Ryan Poles had a choice. I think I agree. Mean, he leveled Roquan Smith leveled everybody in that press release. So yes, Ryan Poles, good on him to do it. He comported himself well. He answered the questions well. And he got out of there. So it was the right thing to do. And it was well handled. In this case, this was well handled by the Bears and by management.
Well, when you say he had no choice, we've seen them be elitist and not say anything but put out a media release. So for him to do that, to me, was a lot of character on the young GM. And I haven't seen that from the Chicago Bears in a long time. So that, to me, yes, I agree with what you're saying. He kind of tried to use the fans and a situation against the Chicago Bears. But I think at the end of the day, the Bears come out on top here by pulling the PUP and saying, oh, really? We're not working hard for this situation. Now you're going to be fined every day that you're not there because we're pulling the PUP. And again, I don't know if the Bears could get fined or whatever for maybe they put him on PUP, obviously, when he wasn't hurt, and that could come back and dab them here in Roquan. I don't know, but I don't know. How do you see this ending, Mark? Do you think there comes to a resolution here?
Well, first of all, I'll say about the PUP thing. I think that from my view, it looked like my perception was that the Bears were doing him a favor.
Yeah.
That
obviously. Yes.
Yeah, and so that's a solid. I think that's the point you were making too, Phil. That,
yes.
Yeah, hey, we just did this, and so you're going to do that? Okay, we'll pull the PUP out from under you. And
exactly.
And I don't know. I mean, that is a dot one could connect. I can't confirm that right at this moment, but I definitely like. Yeah, I mean, it definitely looks like it's very well said. How do I think this whole thing is going to end? Well, it's obviously a fluid situation, but if I'm having to predict, because this is what we do, and I said this the other day on the radio on the Score when it all went down, and I was at Soldier Field, and this was the way I reacted in the heat of the moment, and I am not backing off of it yet. I think we have a situation where Roquan Smith is going to play out the year without a new contract from the Bears, and then Roquan is going to become a free agent, and maybe at the 11th hour, something happens with the Bears, that they, come off of where they were. But I think that there was some damage done potentially by Roquan Smith in what he wrote. So, and I don't think I'm not saying that Ryan Poles is going to get him back now, and there's some sort of deviousness going on here. He's not That's not what's going on. He understands now, Ryan Poles does, what the Roquan Smith camp is thinking, and it may be untenable. I will say this. I should say, too, that I wouldn't rule out, them trading him at the deadline if I'm right in my just prediction that they're going to let this puppy go to free agency.
So even if he enters free agency, they still have the franchise tag looming with a
I know
$100+ million in cap space. So that's the ultimate. That's the ultimate FU right back to Roquan. Essentially.
And I just don't think they would do that. I think that we talk about a new general manager, and part of what's going on right now is because he's a new GM. He doesn't want to set a precedent where I'm the new GM who anybody could just push around. And then on the other side of that, I don't think that Ryan Poles is going to want to be the GM that's known for trapping a guy for if he doesn't get a deal done, essentially for 2 years, unless they trade him.
Well, if that's the case, and under your premise, if you think, then you 100% have to trade him. You can't lose him for nothing.
Yeah, you're right.
Third round pick, compensatory pick in 2024. You have to ship him if that's the case.
No, that's a great point. You can't. What was he, the number 9 overall pick in the draft?
Yeah,
back in 2018. Yeah, you can't. There's a lot of guys who have been in the league for a while who were first round picks or whatever. I can understand, but this is still a guy who is exactly in the prime of his career.
Just turned 25.
Just turned 25.
Yeah.
And last year, what Roquan Smith added to his already excellent game was, he was hitting harder last year. He was not just wrapping up, but making guys feel it, like it was like that extra step up. So I guess what I have to keep in mind and remember is that although we're talking so much business, this is a terrific player. This is a guy who is going to be, if he does get a long-term deal, I don't know that he's anywhere near the front of the line, but all those classic linebackers he mentioned, he's probably going to have a place in there with the the middle tier, like the Lance Briggs tier of Bears linebackers in the past.
He was the 8th overall pick.
8th. There you go.
Not the 9th. But in all honesty, to your point, I've seen this football player be tremendous. And here's what I call the seesaw. So I'm going to ask you the question, on what side of the seesaw are you? There's no questioning his talent. Now, Nick Morrow with the green dot is playing the Mike linebacker. Bears fans lived with Urlacher, Briggs, Rosie Colvin. You remember the 3 linebackers that were in there. So now Morrow's the Mike. This kid's going to Will. We haven't seen him make game-changing plays. We've seen him play great or good football, but I haven't seen, this guy's a dynamic football player that's creating turnovers. And I said before, TFLs, those are great when you're losing 28-3. They're running the ball on the other side. So, we need some tackles for and work. So the reality is, stats are going to lie. The tape tells me this guy's good. He's not elite yet.
Right, I agree.
And how much of that did Matt Nagy and Pagano and these defensive coordinators have an effect on? Maybe he's elite, not played in the right position. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think you said it well, man. And I kind of tried to express that too, that he, as I said, the way I put it, you used elite. I said he's not a superstar. He's just not that. Good to above good, whatever that means, I think is probably a good place. And sometimes great, and with the potential to be a superstar for sure. It's interesting. I remember doing a thing on the radio talking about who are the Bears playmakers on offense and defense. And I did mention Roquan Smith, but I was quickly corrected, or people were going against that from me because they're like, he's not really a playmaker. He's a really good tackler is what he is. And he has made plays.
Right.
He has had interceptions. He has at least 1 pick six.
He had the Cincinnati game, the pick 6 when they upset the Bengals.
Oh, well done, man. Your memory is like right on par tonight, man. 8th pick in the draft, the Bengals game, dude. This is like, it's unbelievable what's happening right here.
This is all I focus on. I don't do baseball, basketball.
That's true. I should expect
I was a Michael Cooper fan.
I should expect this out of you guys. But the point remains. Yeah, he's on the cusp. There's no doubt about it. But there is that little the flash is missing from him, and that's why he's never been All Pro, or I don't know, has he been voted Pro Bowl even? I don't even know if he has been.
He was second team All Pro, I think.
Second
twice.
team All Pro,
yeah.
right? And that's right. So that kind of and I think the reason that his name is not up there with the top tier guys is because of that flash, because of those picks, because of those forced fumbles, that kind of stuff.
Exactly. I love how to your point, he labeled and put those names out there to back up. And listen, Bill Robbins is making a good point. You know, this system, we saw it with Lovie Smith, Lance Briggs. They feed at that will linebacker, Brooks down in Tampa, playing in that Tampa 2.
Yeah.
The will linebacker gets protected, and he's got a job to do, be instinctive and fast and be able to tackle. Then you get the third downs and make play. He fits all those things. So, yeah. But again, to Mark's point, Mark, and I'm saying this more towards the fans here, it's an unknown. We've seen flashes. That's it. There hasn't been consistency. And have you, to this day, I wanted to ask you this. The whole distraction, you got just Teven Jenkins and all this distraction, but there was, before Teven, there was Roquan. There was the holdout initially over verbiage in his original contract that he held out in, and then there was that moment of personal reasons. We can't talk about it. It's personal reasons. Or it's Roquan. So all of a sudden, this healthy football player, this on the verge great player that everyone's saying was absent, and no one knew why. And it's never been spoken. Did you ever find out why? I know Matt Nagy never found the whys, but did you?
I don't think I have ever gotten the exact reasons. I have heard little bits and pieces of things from people that there is no way, shape, or form that I've been able to confirm. So unfortunately, this is going to be one of those times where I got to keep this is
perfectly
like
fine.
Yeah. I've just little bits and pieces, and I think you guys are right. I don't think anybody has reported anything, and I've heard things, but different things, and it's difficult for me to put it together at this point, or I can't, or I won't right at this very moment. So,
as a member of the media, are you focused at all on the Rappaport versus Schefter? Seemingly back and forth that's going to come out of this. Rappaport's team Roquan, and Schefter seems to be team Poles and Bears management. He was on
hilarious
going against each other. Do you guys ever sit back and say, Roquan, why don't you fucking text me? I would have put that shit out there for you.
Oh, dude, that pisses me off. Like, it's sort of something right now in this world that we in the local Bears media are all local medias are fucked, because the first thing an agent does is they go right to of course, I'd probably do the same thing. They've got 20 million followers.
Yeah.
That's the way to get your name out there. It's not going to be by whispering it to Brad Biggs or Mark Grote or whomever. Unfortunately, I mean, we get stuff. There's no doubt, if we're doing our jobs correctly, but that's definitely like one of those sore subjects. And those guys have earned it, Rappaport and Schefter, they've grinded to where they got. Life is a lot easier for them now because everybody just fucking calls them. But they've earned what they've gotten. So
there's no doubt about it.
Mark, I think it's probably everybody's a little bit sick of hearing about Roquan at this point, but let's turn the page to the next soap opera on this team in Teven Jenkins. Just give us there you go.
Turning the page.
There it is.
How do you? How do you think this is gonna play out? Do you think that they end up moving off of him and shipping him for a conditional 6th round draft pick, or just outright cut him, or just try to work it out?
I think they're going to start the season with him because the Bears, even though we know that their offensive line is set to be played without Teven Jenkins, it's pretty clear who their left and right tackles are, and the rookie Braxton Jones, and then the veteran Riley Reef on the right side. That's definitely what the depth chart says. That's what we've seen a lot of in camp. We've seen a decent amount of Larry Borum at right tackle as well. But getting to Teven Jenkins, he's not going to start. He's not going to be anywhere near the top of the depth chart. However, the Bears don't know how this is going to look, and I think that the Bears probably need to take an all hands on deck attitude when it comes to the first few games of the season, because Teven Jenkins might be needed still, whether through injury, whether, maybe Braxton Jones is no good, who knows? Maybe there's, like I said, injuries, all that kind of stuff. I just don't think it would be a great idea right now, just for the numbers game, for the Bears to get rid of any offensive lineman who have any kind of upside right now. And that does, to me, still include Teven Jenkins.
Mm-hmm. Teven Jenkins is the most talented of all of them physically. It's up here that the question marks begin. And you make a great point, Mark. And that's one I'm saying too. It's like, obviously Teven has, and similar to Roquan, I just call it weirdness. Something sets them off. They take a different approach. I take the approach, if Mark Grote challenges me, I'm going to rise to the occasion every time. But other people, they don't like the competition, or they don't like to be handled a certain way. So you have to learn how to do that. And I think this administration was like, get in shape, be here, do this. Oh, you're not listening? Back up. And all of a sudden, things got out of the way of Teven Jenkins. So is there anything that you've seen in Teven to say that this kid is going to no way be able to function here? Or can this be brought around? Because that was one of the weirdest press conferences I've ever witnessed when you guys were asking him questions the other day.
Yeah, I was part of that press conference for sure, and it wasn't the same old jolly Teven Jenkins that we're used to, and his attitude seemed to be like, if I had to try to, somebody told me you need to summarize that press conference in a sentence. I think it's Teven Jenkins is just saying, yeah, I'm here. You guys ask questions, but I'm not happy, and I don't know how long I'm going to be here. That was the vibe that I got from him. Even, he said everything that he said, but it's clear that there is, and I actually think that there might be an injury as well. Like, I don't know that this is necessarily faking an injury. I think that all this stuff would have still been talked about, even if he hadn't been out. I think that we still would have Teven Jenkins talking to us, and there'd still be like, why are you third string? Why are you on the Nathan Peterman line all of a sudden? How did that happen to you? So I think that would have been inevitable anyway. I'm baffled by it. Like not that long ago, before, I would say maybe 2 weeks before the training camp started, anybody that was asking about the offensive line, I was like, okay. I was like, yeah, it's pretty obvious they were giving Braxton Jones a look, and they're tinkering with different things. My hope was, and what I thought was going to happen was, they're going to stop messing around. And when camp starts, we're going to see Teven Jenkins playing left tackle, and we're going to see Larry Borum at right tackle, and and then maybe you're working some of your kids on the Peterman line or whatever. So I am just as like the one, and the big phraseology I like to use on the score that I've been talking about, what I still don't know is, and we're speculating, we're talking about it, but what's the fatal flaw? What is it? Is it his head, like you said, Phil? Is it something mental with him? Is it the body type? Is it the footwork? Is it the quickness? Whatever, I don't know exactly what the fatal flaw is, and all of those may have some truth to them.
Next drama. Actually, I can't call it drama, but it's funny. We have people on. We talk to people about the Bears all the time, and we're not talking about Justin Fields until a half an hour into the interview, which with the Chicago Bears is pretty amazing to think about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With how important he is. But where is your confidence level? Are you worried about Justin or Justin Fields? Just speak on him and what you're seeing. Is there worries there for you? Concerns? Excitement?
Yeah, I'm very excited to see, almost like from an objective standpoint, I am fascinated to see what he looks like this year, if he takes the next step, if he can, if he's recovered from last season. Some was on him, some of it wasn't. It wasn't a good year for Justin Fields last year. I think his camp has getting better recently. I think he's been okay in camp. Actually had a good day today as we're talking right now. Yeah, he actually threw the ball pretty well. I'm seeing more times where in the red zone, I don't know, I don't think they're all design plays, but he's using his legs more, rolling out a lot more, putting him in positions where he's comfortable a lot more, which brings me to Luke Getsy. And, I usually don't try to waste time crediting coaching, because it just seems like that's just a very generic answer, the coaching he's getting here. But in the case of Luke Getsy, we're hearing Justin Fields do something about a coach, or talk about a coach like we've never heard him talk about a coach. He is really likes Luke Getsy, really seems to like the offense. And while he never disrespected Matt Nagy and Bill Lazor and John DeFilippo, he never went over the top. It was always just they're fine, they're good. But with these guys, he seems to have complete buy-in, which I think is really important. But yeah, I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous though too. Lack of weapons, offensive line, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, the quarterback in and of itself. Here's a young kid. I think you and I just chatting off the air throughout the last few years. You knew my opinion of Nagy, and I thought, and obviously this network called him the shoe salesman and all of this stuff, which was true. And I felt like Justin Fields was neglected. There was coaching negligence that occurred with this young kid who has the toughness, the arm talent, the athleticism, and you're trying to run your plays. So here is the showcase that I think you need to hear what Grote just said. He's never once blamed the past coaches, but he's praising these. That tells you what he's feeling, right? Without being a dick, he shows the kind of leadership that you want in your cultural change that you're seeing. And I think what they're doing offensively is going to make this kid shine his brightest, especially if they, and I believe they do, recognize the importance of running the football. And you got a great one there at number 32, who obviously I slammed the table for, but how much of the running game do you see being a priority, especially with the understanding of young tackles or offensive line issues? How much do you think it's going to be a part of this going forward?
This is my 5th training camp with the Bears, and I have never seen so many run plays in the 5 years that I have been here. There's an obvious focus on
home run.
So I don't know what it means. I mean, it would seem to me that they're going to run the football more. I mean, I think one of the great tells that the Bears are going to run the ball more, to not only that I've seen it in training camp, but the fact that they signed Kari Blasingame, the fullback. That
we
was
got a fullback, Mark.
There's a fullback on the Bears.
Yes.
So,
making a big catch downfield too a couple days ago.
yeah, he sure did. I witnessed that. Yeah, that was actually one of the nicest big plays of camp, ironically. I don't think we're going to see a lot of Blasingame going deep down the sidelines like he did in Lake Forest last week, but man, that was definitely something to see. But I think that right there is really encouraging, because you're not going to sign a fullback. You're not going to waste that roster spot and not use it and run it and have intentions, man. You know, I mean, if Justin Fields gets hot and like all of a sudden the arm is the arm and it's Justin Fields mania, that's great. But I feel like there is a conservative run game offense on the way for the Bears this year.
One thing that's not been talked about too much that is starting to really concern me is, I mean, we hear of the huge upside with Kyler Gordon and Jaquan Brisker, but Kyler Gordon is starting to stack up some time, you know, missing practices, missing OTAs, missing time now. Have you heard anything on what it is? Is it the same issue as it was back in OTAs? But this is a guy that never missed any time at Washington, and of course he comes to Chicago and now he's missing a bunch of time. But speak on that a little bit.
Yeah, I know, Shane, that's a good point, man. Again today he was on the stationary bike, so he is out there. Yeah. He is moving around, does not appear to be he's obviously injured. This is not one of those hidden things that they're just giving him time off. He's hurt. But whatever the injury is, at least to my eyes, when when I observe him, it doesn't seem to be anything ridiculous. He's working the bike. I've not seen him run out there. Today, for instance, he was just sort of walking around on the field in between plays after working the stationary bike. So I don't know the injury. I don't know exactly what's going on. You know, if the one good thing is that Matt Eberflus has told us that if it is a serious injury or one that is going to require a guy to be out a while, that he'll tell us. And so far, he has not hit us with that. So hopefully that's the case, because they're definitely going to be depending on Kyler Gordon at this point in a lot of different spots on, you know, whether in the slot or on the outside.
Yeah, he won't be playing Saturday. That's for sure.
I doubt it. Yeah, I would be shocked.
Yeah, I would be shocked as well.
Yeah, him or Bayless. Bayless has been sitting out too, so
same with Bayless. Same with him, and he, for whatever it's worth, he was out there today. So it's always good when you at least see the guys. Doesn't mean they're not gonna miss time, but at least they're not, you know, walking or, you know, getting a cast put on or getting fit for crutches.
Oh boy, we don't like to see those. What are the walking boots?
It's the worst word in football. I walked out of Soldier Field in a walking boot. Fuck.
Well, Darnell didn't expand on it much, but he kind of gave some good news for the N'Keal Harry injury a little bit, saying that it, you know, from what wasn't quite as bad as they were expecting. So I guess that's some bit, you know, of positive news there. But
yeah, I mean, it seemed like that. You never know with Darnell Mooney, but you know, hopefully that's the case. To me, he's one of those guys that's intriguing just because of his first round status, and you know, his size is real, man. Like, he's not a fake 6'4". You know, he's a big dude, man. When he first came in front of the media, he looks like a big tight end. That's the way he's built. So
is he a legit 6'4"? Because
I think so.
Shane and I were debating somewhere his official 6'2".
Yeah, at the combine, 6'2" and 3/8 is what he came in.
The Patriots list him at 6'4". The Bears list him at 6'4". Yeah. Arizona State listed him
Hofstra
at 6'4".
had Phil listed at 5'11.5".
I was listed at 5'10". 5'10".
And that's still bullshit.
I am 5'7", and
okay,
that's what I am. But
honestly, like when I tend to believe, honestly, where was the first weight from? The
combine.
Oh, from the combine.
6'2" and 3/8.
I tend to believe the combines, and I'm always skeptical if that goes up. But I will tell you, he's huge. So I don't know.
He's huge.
I would say I'm gonna check he's the 6'4" box for him.
Yep.
There you go. I want you to ask him that. Say there is a controversy. When say, are you a legit 6'4" or are you 6'2" and 3/8?
I actually settled one of those today. I had a little talk with Jatiri Carter today.
Nice.
One of the Bears rookie offensive
Southern
linemen. Yeah, exactly. And I've heard people pronounce his name all sorts of different ways, Jatari, and he said it's Jatiri. So you guys are the first ones to hear that from me, from Jatiri to you guys. So there it is.
Phil called him Steven for the first 6 weeks after we drafted him, so he really fucked it up.
I had a whole rap lyric with I used to play Atari with Jatari, and now it's dead. Jatiri.
See,
now
this
it's
was
dead.
not good for you. You could have just gone on and been blissfully ignorant. Oh, I'm sorry.
Exactly.
I blew it.
You ruined it.
The Bears app has Harry listed at 6'4", 225.
Yeah, he looks like it, man. He's a big
Who
boy.
does the Bears weigh-ins? Is it Larry Mayer? Because then I won't trust it.
Yeah, it's probably. What do you want? You want to round it up? Okay,
That was a good.
I could probably get you to 6'4".
Yeah. I'll round it up for you. Don't worry about it. What's your favorite movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Don't worry about it. We're good. Yeah, I don't know who does the weigh-ins, but yeah, he stands out, man. Because Bears, even under Nagy, man, it was like all these short, small, fast guys, except for Allen Robinson. Like Robinson looked like a monster compared to some of those guys. So it's good. It's good to get those size guys in because they, Darnell Mooney, not exactly an imposing figure on the football field, but very good player.
Grote, is there one guy that you've seen, honestly, that's standing out that maybe nobody's really talking about or is promoting in regards to camp?
Oh, let me think about that. Let me think about somebody that I haven't really talked about because there's some obvious ones. I'd say one guy that has opened my eyes a little bit has been Equinemius St. Brown. That
there you go.
He's made more plays than I thought he would. I was intrigued when he came to the Bears just because obviously following his career in Green Bay, but I didn't think it was going to amount to much. I just had that, I was like, all right, this is the offensive coordinator bringing in his guy from Green Bay because he was there when he got drafted and all that kind of stuff. But he stood out at times and made some nice plays, and he another guy with size. Like he does stand out. I don't think he's any N'Keal Harry. I don't know if he actually, I think he is probably listed about 6'4" himself. I'm thinking.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
he's very
slender. He's slender.
Yeah, he is a little bit more slender. You're right, but yeah, he's a guy who has stood out.
They have him at 6'5", 214. They have him.
Wow,
Larry rounded up.
Yeah, round it up. Yeah. I did that for Tyler Bray once. So yeah.
Tyler Bray. Oh my God.
Tyler Bray was like
Tyler Bray.
was like 6'8". He was like 6'8".
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Shane had a picture of Tyler Bray in college. With his haircut.
Yeah, the afro. Yeah.
Oh my God. I didn't even know who he was.
That.
He's like, who is this, Phil? I go, I have no clue. It's Tyler Bray.
Oh, I don't even know if he's probably on a roster. He's probably on the practice or will be on a practice squad, I'm sure.
He's probably coaching with Nagy right now in Kansas City.
He probably is. Actually, he's probably the third quarterback in Kansas City right now.
Tyler Bray. The Tyler Bray experience is a ride down in Disney. That's what's going on there.
Hilarious.
Let me ask you this. In regards to Eddie Jackson, this was a guy that you and I was worried about him buying in to the Eberflus hits loafs philosophy because you saw him loaf and not hit and not hustle and not do these things under Nagy and company. And I was having concerns, but I got to be honest with you, the pressers, and you do a great job asking these questions. I thought he has been a 180. Again, just answering questions, but really becoming the leader and very vulnerable and transparent. What are your thoughts on him?
I'm sorry, cut out.
Eddie Jackson.
Oh,
Eddie Jackson.
Yep. I just missed the very first part. Yeah, Eddie has changed his tone this year. He, in the past, it's and unfortunately, it's the same. Like when he trots out there at the beginnings of the year, like in the OTAs, unfortunately, for the last few years, it's been about what happened last year. Like, where's the 2018 Pro Bowler? I think he's backed off of that some, and he talked about how he's not thinking about statistics this year. He's thinking more about team and things like that. And he didn't say that in the past. Like, before, the obsession was, I got to get mine. I got to get my picks. I got to get and part of it was the media's fault, because we would obsess over that as well. But this year, he had to have felt that he better buy in. You know what I mean? Like, because Eddie Jackson's a guy who, in a couple of years, is going to try to get a third contract. So I think that it was probably important to him. I don't know if he received advice or if this has been organic, but he's definitely bought in. I don't know if that will translate to him being a more physical form of a safety, which he has struggled in being, and the tackling struggles are real. But it does seem to be, he does seem more comfortable this year. And I also think Jaquan Brisker is a great partner in the safety tandem for Eddie Jackson.
Mark, with this new regime that's come in, we had Deion Miller on. We were talking to her a little bit about this, but I'd love to hear your perspective on it. Has anything changed with, for you guys as members of the media? Because, I mean, there's that stigma out there that Bears are, in the summertime, they turn the heat on. In the wintertime, the AC is on in your media box or whatever. But I said there's a thing going around Twitter, a couple of days ago, where they put out a bunch of pizza for you guys. Is anything, is that relationship getting better? Is it more open? Just speak on that.
Yeah, good. It is. That is a good insider question there. There's a really good thing going on right now, I think, between media relations and the media itself. I think there's better communication between both sides, and they've done the pizza thing was funny. I mean, like they've done that in the past. They've always been generous with food and all that kind of stuff. But and I think part of it is, from their perspective, this is the first year since 2020 that we're not dealing with the pandemic rules, and we all know that who knows, that maybe that could strike back, but it's a year in which they don't have to be as careful with protocol and who they let into the building and what tier we are, and that that kind of stuff. There was some conflict created at times from both the media and from their side, like, and a lot of it was on our side too, because we want ours. We expect our egos overflow too when we don't get what we want. So I could probably talk about this a lot longer, but to answer your question, succinctly, yes, right. There appears to be like a really good thing going on between media relations and the media right now.
They seem to be a little bit more willing to be transparent. We saw it, like I said, it could have been a media release to respond to Roquan, but he was out there up front. The pizza stuff. Was it deep dish or was it tavern style over there?
It was tavern style. It was tavern style.
Okay.
There was like 5. I think there was 5 boxes. Every different manifest day. There was a pepperoni one, a sausage one, a cheese one. There was probably a vegetable one. So
what is your go-to? Mine is pepperoni, moots, a red sauce, and regatta cheese. We call it an upside down calzone. Pepperoni, moots, and regatta. You got to try it. It's the best.
Sounds really good.
This sounds like a topic for your podcast, Mark.
Yeah, I can come on and do some lists for you anytime you want. I told you I'll come on. I got lists for days.
I know you do, man. I don't want you to take over the show, though. He
doesn't he will, Mark. He doesn't shut the fuck up. So he does.
He comes on one day and it's like, let me put a list together, Phil style.
Yeah. Real quick.
You guys there for a second. Now I'm back. Okay.
Only because they put a drop of me saying real quick, but it's never real quick. That's the joke.
That's what that. Okay, so that was. I thought that was on my side. I thought I had a glitch. We've actually made it through this segment glitch free on my end for once.
I know you've been phenomenal, and a source has said what a great man you are. Do you want to know who that source is?
I would love to know.
Friend of the network, David Kaplan,
Oh,
from a rival network, is texting me. What a great man you are.
you know what? David Kaplan is one of the best people I know in the business and in life, because he is generous with his time and he's a real dude. That's all I got to say about Kaplan.
That's you. You're like describing yourself to me. That's what I always say about you. I'm dead serious.
I love you guys.
I'll never forget. I'm standing with Claudio the barber. Bring him out. We're at Soldier Field, opening night, the 100th. And we yell to you, Grote. We're with Greg Braggs. Nobody likes Braggs. But we're there. You come over and you knew us right away. You knew me by Faye. And you never big timed. You never did big time.
No,
so you're as authentic as they come. I've always said that.
Thanks, man. Yeah, no, if I am not ever like that, then just punch me in the face. You guys have permission.
Ever since we first, Shane sent out some tweet and you came on the show to face the music. Everyone talks about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were like, you know what? I do. There's people like you that are fanatical about this stuff, and you've always kept your word. Honestly,
he owned it. That was the best part. He's like, I think you guys know.
I hear you in my motherfucking head.
Yeah. Oh shit! Breaking news: Roquan Smith got taken off the pup list. I better get this out there.
Yeah, right. Hashtag go fuck yourself, Shane.
My tweet game has definitely improved from what it was when I started with the Bears. Yeah. That is for sure.
You are a treasure. I don't want to keep you any longer. You have been so generous with your time.
Unless his pizza question though, what's his go-to pizza?
Oh,
what's your go-to pizza?
With pizza, I am typically either cheese and sausage or cheese and pepperoni. I don't, and I like all other stuff on there, and I'm not snobby about it, but if I'm just ordering a pizza, if I'm just getting gluttonous at my place and I'm just going to order up a big fucking pizza, just give me. I will put extra sauce on too. Give me the cheese, give me the pepperoni, and I am a Chicago deep dish fanatic.
So what's your place in Chicago?
What's the place then? Hold on. This is huge. Deep dish spot first and foremost.
I think I got to tell you, this might be a disappointing answer because it's out there, but I really like Lou Malnati's is the place, man. Like that's still my go-to.
That's why Cap
place.
loves him. And his wife
I know,
is connected, right?
Cap too, man.
Don't be trying to schmooze Cap here. I need the real truth. I'm joking.
I almost just said Giordano so you guys wouldn't think I was sucking up. But honestly, I like them all though. Like I like Gino's, I like Giordano's, I like Pizzeria Uno and Duo, and I don't know if they've got a trio at this point. But I've never I like to try different ones. But if I actually had gun to my head, it would probably still be Lou Mal's.
There you go. Now, what's your tavern spot?
I don't really have a tavern spot. I'll tell you what, this is going to be really sad moment here on the show, but I will occasionally, if I'm in the mood for tavern style, as you say, I am not afraid to pick up the phone and call Domino's. Like sometimes.
Okay, see you later.
Yeah.
Claudio's kicking you off the show.
No, I love you.
How dare you? So no, it's like my running theory is sometimes you got to have McDonald's, and it's McDonald's is horrible, but it's like sometimes you got to have a quarter pounder with cheese and sometimes you got to get a Domino's. And that's the way I look at it. It's so far inferior to so many other pizzas, but sometimes you're just in it, just trying to change it's a change of pace pizza. That's what it is.
Convenience pizza.
It's convenience. It is what it is. I don't dislike it at all. I like the wings, and I like the dipping sauces and the silly cinnamon twists or whatever the hell you get from Domino's. So every once in a while,
that's right.
I just go bulk Domino's. So yeah,
there you go. That's like me. Sometimes I go Greek pizza. I usually just go Italian here, but sometimes Greek here in Connecticut is pan. They cook it in a pan, and it's very thick here.
Okay.
How about Joe's?
I've never
Joe's
used the
Pizza here
term
at
tavern
Joe's?
style pizza in my life until all these Chicago fans. And I tell you right now, Mark, when you come out to the East Coast, we're gonna have to get you down here to New Haven so you could try the best pizza in the world.
Oh, I
New
want
Haven.
to. I am not well schooled in East Coast pizza, and I'd like to be. I would like to try some of that for sure, man.
I'm dead serious. I know One Bite, whatever that dude is. I always forget his name, but Portnoy. He'll tell you anybody and everybody. The best pizza in the world is in New Haven, Connecticut. And
wow,
I've said it for
New
years.
Haven's a pizza capital of America. That's what he said.
Holy shit,
He
that's
says
wild.
it all the time.
Okay.
And
All right.
everybody, I took a kid. There's Sally's. There's 3. It's a 3-headed monster. Sally's, Frank Pepe's, and Modern A Pizza. And my favorite of the 3 is Modern. But everybody choose, but you can't go wrong.
All right,
You can't go
all
wrong.
right. I'm gonna get out there one of these days, and then what was that thing?
We're gonna take you.
We'll do a pop-up show from.
We'll do a pop-up show with you. We'll take you,
All right.
pick you up from the train station.
Oh, nice.
And we'll bring you over to New Haven Pizza or whatever.
Love it.
You
And then
gotta come
as far
to-
as the plane tickets, will you just email them to me or
Well, you're
mail?
flying in.
Yeah.
You got to cover the Bears Jets, right?
Oh, that's true. Oh, yeah,
Just
that's
pop
right,
on a
man.
train. Just come in a little early, bro.
Dude, I'm actually
Tell
coming
us-
to New York
Yeah, you can do a
twice
train
this
right
year.
to.
Yeah,
Giants and
twice.
Jets. I'll be there twice. I got no excuses. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
All right.
planning this, bro.
All right. One of these New
You'll-
York trips, man.
My
I don't
boy
know if
Sandy
Mark-
Tom from across the pond from Scotland. I always tell this story. He gets off the train. He's going to see Bears Giant. I got to taste this pizza. Him and his buddy eat before they come. I go, what are you doing? He's like, I only probably will eat 1 or 2. I go, you ain't gonna. We waited in line. It was like a miracle because usually Shane will tell you you're waiting in line sometimes if you get there the wrong time. You could be there for an hour. This time we were there for 11 minutes. We get in, we sit at the table. I order all these pizzas, right? Sandy Tom polishes off 13 slices that he said,
Whoa.
I've never tasted with his accent. Then he orders a pizza to go home. And your boy Greg Braggs, he did the same thing when he was down here.
That was after he
ate-
found out that I was paying.
Then he orders a pizza to go to put on Shane's tab.
Yeah.
Oh, Shane's paying? What's the most expensive pizza I can get right here?
Yeah,
What's
right,
that?
right.
Oh,
But we just
him.
got some
No,
breaking
it's
news here. There's actual video. of
Roquan?
Mark
Oh.
Grote placing his order at Domino's.
Hold on.
Oh, dude, that is awful.
Oh, man.
Oh shit!
He is Mark Grote.
I gotta go.
Let him go. Domino's man is at the door, and we love you, bro.
Oh, put
Thanks,
the cinnamon twister in the oven.
We love you, bro. So looking forward to you. Follow him, listening to him on the score, listen to his show. When's your shows? Have they established?
Dude,
kind of
I'm all over the place. Tomorrow I'll actually be on the score Central Time, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. with Danny Parkins. So I'll be
There
on
you go.
all day tomorrow.
Call him up.
Talking
Say,
Bears.
Mark, Domino sucks, but the tape never lies rules. There you go. Get on the air. No, I'm joking. We love
Dave
you.
never lies, boys. You guys are the best. Have a great night.
Hey, man.
Thanks, Mark.
All the best, Mark. Thanks again. He's Mark Grote. Oh,
Great
my
dude.
God.
Dude.
What a great dude,
knows-
Ivan.
Great human
Hilarious.
being.
Yeah.
He knows,
He
he
knows his
studies the
football.
game.
Doesn't
Knows
know
his
his-
football.
I mean,
knows.
if he got lazy, I could understand the Domino's, but it's like,
No, that's that's
like if it's
I thought he was gonna
you know,
say
if it's like-
Giordano's.
if it's like a drunken
That's-
night, and you know what I
yeah.
mean.
I don't even know if I've ever had Domino's
That's at
pizza
like midnight when that
Drunk and
Domino's is
quick.
the only
Oh.
place fucking open.
Yeah,
That's
drunk and
when
quick.
you
We
get
had
Domino's.
we used to like get all the nickels and quarters in our couches and your mom's jars and order Domino's pizza praying that they were going to be late because they used to
Yeah,
have that
30
rule.
minutes.
Yeah.
And Claudio, we would do all types of shit to make them late and shit to get it for free. But we had the money, you know. They would come with those special deals, like $6 for a large.
I had an entire dinner with Claudio in New Haven, and the motherfucker's like, "Yeah, maybe we'll meet someday."
No, I forgot we went to modern. I forgot we went to modern. You're never gonna let me look at
dinner. I was like 2 seats down from him the entire fucking night. We come on there. He's like, "Man, I can't wait to meet
I
Shane."
was high
like,
as fuck when I said
dude,
that.
Claudio was smoking some weed that day, right?
Oh, this is Claudio the Barber. Yo, 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 this is Claudio the Barber.
You gotta let it go to Mike.
Yo,
he always
you gotta let it
throws
go to Killer Mike.
Yeah, that's the best part. Wait, do you guys hear
He'll
that?
be back. He'll be
Bratcher, is that a phone call? Is that a phone call?
Is it?
Bratcher?
Is
that
it
coming from
Bratcher?
Wallingford, Connecticut? Is that where it's coming from?
How you doing? I miss you, dude. I miss you, brother.
Did God come and tell you can't be funny anymore?
No. What's the point? I don't feel comfortable doing the podcast.
Can you just come on and say hello? Say hello to Shane and everybody one time.
One time, baby.
You're a legend.
And what are we going to talk about?
You. Everyone wants to know what's going on with Angelo.
What about Angelo?
They've been asking.
What about Angelo?
You guys been great. And then you guys, I had fun on the show. But I don't feel comfortable doing it no more.
I miss you so much, Angelo. You have no idea. One day, you're going to be 40 years old and you're like, what the fuck was I doing? Like, I'm funny. God made me funny. That's a blessing.
I miss you,
That's
Angelo.
your number one thing.
Huh? I miss you. I miss you too. You guys are nice guys and everything. I'm sure the show would do very well without me. I don't want to get in the show, Phil.
Oh, I love you, bro.
So listen, you're a very nice guy. You're intelligent. You're very computer savvy. You know how to do your technology and everything. You can do. You have a lot of friends. You can do the show without me.
Angelo, it's not about me or you on the show. It's about the fans that you have. That's important. I want you to know that people love you out there, like Alice and Alex.
I do.
You know who said hello to you? Cars. Told me to say hi to you. He loves you. I think he loves you more than Alex.
That's going to be hard to do, Phil. That's hard to do.
I know. All right, my friend. I could talk to you all day.
All right, listen, I'm doing fine. I cannot do the show no more. Okay?
Angelo, I love you, bro. I can't wait till you come back on the show for Christmas. That's my prayer. Can I have a Christmas wish? Can you do me a Christmas favor and come on the show that week? You can also say hello to Cars or Shane. And just come on for 5-10 minutes just to say hello to everybody.
Did you just find a replacement for the hype man?
No, there's no replacing
you.
No one can replace you.
Anybody is replaceable.
Nobody.
Anybody's replaceable.
Not you, Angelo. You light up a room.
You light up a room.
Yeah.
Watch what happens, Angelo. Just watch the chat room.
It's gonna go to disappointment.
It's gonna be pure disappointment. No bliss.
No bliss.
No bliss. No bliss, Alex. No bliss. You've given us so many laughs, man.
I know.
If anything, can I say this to you, Angelo?
What?
Thank you. Thank you for giving me so many laughs. What would you like to say to the fans?
That Shane and Phil, they know about football. And listen to them. Listen to them talk about football. They know about football. That's it.
I love it. I love you, Angelo.
Yeah.
Alex, you want to say goodbye?
All right, Angelo. Yeah, I'm sad.
All right, Alex.
We love you.
All right. All right, bro. All the best.
No.
He ain't.
Listen, for the record, Angelo is fine.
He is not getting centered, by the way. That's really
People are in the fucking chat. This motherfucker's dead.
Alan produced
off his ass.
Bratcher's killed the guy. I forgot. What is going on, Bratcher?
What?
The memorial.
The memorial.
Rest in peace, Angelo.
Bratcher.
He was on the phone. My God. I wanted to express how sad we were when we were talking to him, Phil, because me and Alex, we were all upset about the whole, reverbage over and over about what he kept saying to us about how he didn't want to come back on, and I wanted to show video. That's all it was.
Bratcher.
That's the best part about Angelo is whoever is on the phone with Phil, he always thinks it's Alex. No matter what. I was on the phone with him for an hour one day, and he's like, is this Acevedo? Hey, Alex. And I'm like, no, it's Shane. No, it's not. This is Alex. No, it's not.
No.
Oh, man.
See,
Angelo is perfectly. Angelo is perfectly alive. We were trying to get him to come on the show, and that's when Alex calls me as he's leaving training camp, and Angelo comes up, and I was like, let's just call him right now with you, because sometimes he loves Alex. He used to call Alex.
Yeah.
So maybe Alex can get him back on the show.
All I need is a smooth 1K per month, Alex, and I can make all the problems go away.
Oh, man. Angelo is perfectly alive. Our producer Bratcher with the sad memories out of him. It was towards memory of him on the show. You have to spell that out, Alan, because some people thought no more Angelo in the universe. But there you go. And there you go. We did have some footage of the Chicago Bears at Family Fest. Do we have that up there? We had to delete it for the funeral. Jesus Christ. So there you go. Angelo Joe Marino, Wallingford, Connecticut, is perfectly fine. He's just being economical.
Then let me do what I hired to do.
Connecticut. I'm on the show, the Keepin It 100. I was freezing in my barn because there's no heat, so I'm in my fur Ranger. I'm gonna be waiting until 11:30, and then I'm gonna go sleep, man. I can't take it no more. But I'll wait. Hopefully I'll be on the show. Thank you.
I like how he says, I can't take it no more. How his articulation of it. I can't take it no more. How he gets all of that in there.
Hello, Shane. This is Angelo Marino from Wallingford, Connecticut. Listen, I'm very sorry. I apologize the way I was talking that day. Listen, I work as a security guard. I make $500 every 2 weeks. It comes in and it goes out fast.
Yeah, where's it go, Angelo?
It comes in and it goes out fast.
Doing this for a while.
Oh
Maybe
my
I can get some money, It was too soon to speak. I let the cat out of the bag too soon. I apologize. No one's perfect, Shane. I hope I can get a second chance. I really like being on the show. It's a lot of fun. And I apologize. If you guys can give me one more second chance, I promise not to mention the word money. not until you guys say anything or forget about it. We'll just do it for fun.
No, we're very economical, my family.
Everything about Angelo for me is totally true. We called him because if you're new to the show, Angelo was the hype man. He would come on here, his laugh, and Bratcher wasn't wrong, maybe in his choice of music, but not. Angelo lit up the room. He had no idea how funny he was, and I was trying to express that and a little perspective on this for everybody. As Logan is pure bliss. Angelo's dad was like, you got to talk to him, Phil. He needs to come on the show. His own dad was asking me. So I'm trying to help Angelo out of whatever he's going through. And I just miss the guy on the show.
It's Mike. Give me a yell when you can, dude. Just quick bullshit. That's it.
Oh my God. Maybe Angelo could be Roquan's agent.
Hello, Shane. This is Angelo Marino. I was just asking about the gimbal that you wanted to order on Amazon. The tripod, does it go up? I see it stay short. I was just curious. Either way, I'm going to get it because I need it for my videos. Please call me back at your convenience.
Oh my God. He was
all in. He was all in for a while.
He was all in. Do we have the family fest footage or no? Are we loading or are we skipping?
I got it. No, I got it right here.
All right. Before we do that, we'll go to this.
You guys know the tape never lies.
Give me some fucking names.
The tape never lies, never, man. The tape never lies, never, man. The tape never lies.
Peter King with NBC Sports here. Just have one thing to say. The tape never lies.
It never does. The tape never lies. The tape never lies.
I fucking love it. I love it.
When it comes to TTNL, and I've seen other shows, you've seen other football shows. It's just, there's something about it. It's just a family. You sit down, I feel like I'm sitting down with family, talking with friends. Now, people are just as an audience, there's such a rush to getting the football content. That's gonna be there. But it's the in-between, I feel like. It makes it special. The jokes, everybody messes with everyone. It just feels like they're talking with family. And even if they're on the other side of the country, it doesn't matter. It just feels like you're just talking. That's the part I love about it. I love that it is unique. I don't see that in other shows. Here we are. This is name, occupation. This is the Paris content. Calm down, slow down. So let's just enjoy this. I'll never forget when they traded up in fields and cars got up, and it was just awesome. It's just, I got up with them too. I was like, holy shit, it's happening now. It's happening now. And those are the moments you just never gonna forget. That's why I love this show. And that's why I'm gonna support it. I've been supporting it since day one. I'm gonna keep doing it.
Lenny Aponte, Shane, who was a patron, won a ticket to go to camp with Ivan, Bratcher, Cool Kennedy, Ron G. There he is speaking the truth about TTNL. I'm asking you to take some time out of your busy day, whenever it is, if you want to be a part of Ron G's promo documentary. I've gotten many, and so has Shane. I'm sure Claudio and others have, including Bratcher and Ivan, have talked about their experience. They won't be in the documentary, but you can. What does TTNL mean to you? And I'm being serious when I say this. I can't name a name, but I was written a message that this network saved another person's life. And I asked if I could share the story, but I won't name a name. But in all honesty, the goosebumps that I got with the sheer vulnerability that this patron shared and how much he promoted makes me get I was tired today to come on this show. I talked to Cherie before the show. I was so tired. Told Cherie. She's like, you're going to hear that music and you're going to get amped up. And she was right. Love you, Cherie. But this guy is a part of the motivation. If we make you laugh or we bring the analysis and passion and the pride that you like or the film study that you like, all I ask is that you be a part of the family. It's not a bunch of bullshit. You know, some people are going to try to portray. It's the reality. I surround myself with good people, and that's what I do. And if I mess up, I'm the first guy to face the music in front of everybody. I'll never go on here MFing anybody. I'll only tell the truth. And if it gets to that point of MFing, it's because something's been done wrong. That being said, thank you for that honesty, Lenny, and your truth. And anybody that wants to be in, I'm going to end that because we've gotten so many. I'm going to end that next week, Shane. Maybe deadline it for Ron so he doesn't have a 48-minute or an hour and 28-minute take. But if you want to be in it, we'll give you to next week, Tuesday night at midnight. How about that? So Wednesday, Ron could focus on making Robert Quinn's head not be cut off by Alan. So, that being said, thank you, Lenny Aponte and Ivan, for capturing Lenny there at training camp. Where were you guys when you filmed that?
The parking lot, actually. After we left, the buses dropped us off, and then we were just kind of kicking it there, talking it up. And then Lenny just started talking, and I was like, well, hold on. Pump the fucking brakes. Let me go ahead and get my phone out and record
That's what I'm talking about, Shane. I told you, Fat Mike might have been right about Bratcher, but he wasn't about Ivan. I was telling Cool Kennedy, everybody, I'm just fucking film, whatever. I don't care. Film everybody saying whatever it is about football, the tape never lies, or whatever. Here is some footage that our guy Ivan got at Family Fest, Ivan, and we'll talk about this, and then we're going to wrap up in shout-outs. I know we went over a little bit. We had 2 guests. We'll just play this one clip. Where did it go? There we go. There, we're all here. Nice dig, Shane, coming across the middle. And rotating in. The bad. Action off the eye. Waiting too long. Terrible weight distribution by the quarterback.
Did you see how fast Herbert looked when he missed that block?
Herbert's gonna show out right now.
Oh, there he is.
Blocking. I think he was
Herbert.
What?
Oh, that Herbert?
What happened
That's
there?
a good
Shane?
run by Herbert. That was a good run by Herbert.
Good blocking.
Oh, they're good in motion.
Timo back there in the motion.
Oh, they're running.
They just can't get the edge.
Guard. Can't get the edge. The guard fucking whiffed.
The guard got blown up.
Oh my God.
Jeez.
There's a big tight end.
Rice and John's been on fire at training camp. I'll say
Rice and John was a sleeper from the Giants.
Got him from the Giants. Yep.
Here we go. Fumble on the play.
Yeah, had to get that Nagy play in there.
Here we go. Some good here. I like how you did the good and the bad. Oh, there he is.
That's Timo.
I had to put that up on my Insta.
Nice.
Just showing that twitchiness. Oh, we can't rewind and play it, but I love it.
That's a sack right there, man.
Oh yeah.
That's a sack, and he dropped the pass.
And a bad throw. And a bad throw.
And a bad
Is
throw.
that Justin there?
Yeah.
Oh, there's Demo. Look at him plant his leg, get up the field. The future is right there, Logan. You just didn't realize it because you've been wasting so much time with Nagy. Here we go. The bad. In the shotgun.
I put this as bad because he has to hit that guy.
Yeah.
Overthrow, Shane.
Oh, is this it?
Wide open. If you're a yard in it head, you better drop that. It's the backup quarterback here. Hitting the guy in the flat. Here's the backup quarterback again. Who's the girl in the way?
This is Justin. This is Justin.
That was
right
Justin?
These last three are good. These are all Justin and the first team.
Here we go. Justin Fields in the gun. Oh, this is great.
Oh, here it is. There's my man.
Out and up. One hand it.
Money.
Mo Mooney.
He had that one on his
Darnell
Instagram
Mooney.
page.
Yeah.
Oh,
Justin did.
I tagged them in it too. They didn't take us, but that was some great stuff that you got,
Nice
Ivan. Our guys have been all over training camp, getting out there. I saw somebody, a fan, giving away some tickets to TTNL tonight in the chat. If you want to reach out to Shane or Ivan, their ats are right there, or Bratcher. And could any of you go tomorrow?
I got it up.
Claudio would.
Tomorrow, no.
To
The
training camp.
I could go tomorrow.
All right. So reach out to Ivan and we'll just get you more coverage that you love here at TTNL.
See, now
Great job,
You got to
Ivan.
shave before you go, Ivan. They won't know who the fuck you are. That watching for the dude with the handlebar.
Don't wear the TTNL. Give him the banana in the tailpipe.
Yeah.
The oop-de-oop.
Yo, okie doke.
After Funk put us on blast, you better not wear the TTNL stuff. George is looking for us.
No, we're very economical, my family.
I walked past George in the TTNL.
Did
stuff.
you? Was he on his scooter?
Look, me and George have locked eyes on 2 occasions. Once this year and once last year. Last year, I was just trying to get in. Like, I had to go get a shot. There was a whole COVID issue thing. But George was George was on like a Segway.
Yeah.
Like dressed to the nines, like in bear stuff. He had the mask. I mean, this is back when when the COVID protocols were on high alert. So he was like masked up on a Segway, and I'm like walking back to my car because I was like, all right, well, they're sending me back because I hadn't gotten the shot yet. Mm-hmm. But he's like, he looks at me and I look at him, and then he like just kind of segues his way on down the line. And then this year he had like a wicker hat and something like that, and he kind of walked by me, looked at the shirt, and then just kept on going about his way. So me and George have a we have a ships passing in the night type of relationship.
I have a picture of me and George in my office at work. We're standing together. I'll never forget. The first thing I was like, George,
Lewiston Bend here is called the Cobb.
Can you honestly put some field turf down? Like, what's the story? His immediate response was, well, Ted has done a lot of research with this research group about how the injuries are insurmountable. He says to me, and Steph was standing right there. I go, well, the Patriots are playing with, and we were at New England at the time. He's like, I know, but we'll see. You know, he blew it off at that point.
I'm just a fan. I'm not a football evaluator.
Yes, Funk did a good job there. George, let's make this field turf happen. I know what else we're going to make happen. It's going to make Shane very happy. It's called the SHOUTOUTS.
Shout out, tape never lies. Shout Shout out. I know you hear me, baby. Shout out. I know you see me, baby. Shout out. We gotta holler at you. Keep it 100 crew. Gotta show love too. Shout out. I know you hear me, baby. Shout out. I know you see me, baby. Shout out. We gotta holler at you. Keep it 100 crew. Gotta show love too. From the fans in the stands to the follows on the gram. Thanks for your support, showing love in the DM. We stay Spencer strong, fight together till the end. Now it's time to shout out worldwide friends and fam. Like
the network that keeps it real, 100 crew. So many in the world that I gotta show love to. For some this policy, the show is at its end. But for me it's so important to thank the charter members and the fans. Built the network, speak the truth through the tape. Never run around the truth, no narratives we create. Set them straight, no bubble screen on 4th and 8. Claudio Shane getting nervous cause keeping them up too late. That's it, no more to say to get the shot of vital. But hurry up cause the postman's getting homicidal.
Shout out.
Strong.
I know you hear me, baby. Shout out. I know you see me, baby. Shout out. We gotta holler at you. Keep it 100 crew. Gotta show love too. Shout out. I know you hear me, baby. Shout out. I know you see me, baby. Shout out. We gotta holler at you. Keep it 100 crew. Gotta show love too.
The network that keeps it real. Spencer Strong.
You fuck yourself.
Go fuck your.
I mean, if I'm going to root for a team, I want to give it all I got.
Next play. Pass.
I'm kidding, Shane. I was.
I was a bad thing.
I'm putting up the bold predictions for Shane for a preseason game for Claudio. Shout outs. What a night. Two great guests talking Chicago Bears, Roquan Smith, and so much more. Ended it off with some great looks at what we're going to see on Saturday. That's going to be, you guys are going to be there Saturday, correct?
Yeah, that's right. We will be there Saturday.
Cool Kennedy, is Bratcher going with you?
No, Bratcher cannot go. It's as of right now, it's me, Cool Kennedy, and Alex Acevedo.
Oh God!
Bratcher will be home watching it on the 23-inch, up close and
wish.
personal.
I wish. I'm watching it on my 9-inch phone.
Where are you gonna be at?
At work.
What?
Yeah.
Making Grote
You work
pizzas.
Saturdays?
I got flipped around in the
Domino's?
schedule. No. Fuck no.
Oh, all right.
I live in Watsika, Phil. Remember? We don't have Domino's here. We have like a Little Caesars. That's it. Where?
You don't have Domino's there?
We have a Monocle's Pizza and a Little Caesars.
How many people in this town?
That's like 5,000.
What town would I know that you're close to?
Pizza.
That would be Kankakee.
Okay.
Yeah. About a half an hour. Yeah.
Well,
These
Cool Kennedy wants
names,
to do bold predictions.
Look at Kill Kennedy.
He's ready to go already.
Uh-oh.
There's Wick.
You're just organically going to start.
He's shoving it.
We're not
Preseason
doing it.
game. He's on
Shane
fire.
wants to get out of here before 3 a.m. I saw that was great.
Yeah, I got to get up too.
Ivan Vargas, any shout outs on this amazing Wednesday night?
I'll just shout out everybody here working hard and doing their thing, getting everything cut up. Ron G in particular. Ron G's been on fire.
This guy's on fire, man.
Just, all our
Web
producers
Emmy.
and you guys, Phil and Shane, and everybody here at the network for keeping up and pushing through and continuing to build this thing up.
Build it up, Buttercup, baby, don't you let me down. There you go. No.
The foundation.
Twiddly diddly dee.
I was looking forward to it.
We're all hoping for that tonight, Shane. Twiddly diddly dee. In real life. Alan Bratcher.
It would be my turn. So for me, for my shout out tonight, I had a nice conversation with this gentleman in the back a little bit, just talking about life and football. And I asked him if I could shout him out tonight. He said we shout him out so much that he didn't need it, and that's why I'm doing it anyway. Our buddy Cam, I'm happy to hear that you're walking more and you're starting to do a light training program. It's all support for you, man. We're here for you. We love you. Please, please keep up the good work, man.
There you go. Look at bullets. Spencer Strong, Riley Strong, Cam Strong, Marsaw Strong, and Bo Strong.
Yep.
That's beautiful bullets. Great said. Cam, all the best to you across every nation, I'm sure. Sending much love to you in your recovery. I know the TTNL network is also obviously a huge part of your life, and we feel you are a testament to what TTNL is about and family. Claudio, the barber.
Yes.
You had a barber on tonight.
Yes. I mean, my boy, I got to shout him out first. I mean, coming on, he's a busy man. He's got a lot of hats. He took the time out to come on, and he did a great job. Gave us some insight. Obviously, you guys, this night is always fun. You guys going to the practices, getting great footage, man. It's amazing. You know, shout out to you guys. You guys are doing an awesome job. Ron G, you're killing it. Troll
killing everybody. What they say.
So a couple people in the chat. Troll Executioner. I've never seen this dude, but he made a comment. It was good, and we might need your services soon.
Yeah,
we might need the Troll Executioner.
Might get on the payroll.
Just clean up the chat, Troll.
Shay Glover wants to meet up with us, and so we'll be there in Chicago. Come and meet us. Music and Medicine 68. Muhammad Elmi.
Yes.
And then Cherie, you know, I hope everything is good. Miss you seeing your beautiful face on here. And then Sammy the Bull, I hope everything is good with you, man. You know, I know.
Nice.
Bring it
Sammy
up. But,
Strong.
you know, that dude last year, you know, he hooked us up. It was such a great night. Hopefully, when we're out there,
maybe we can go there again too. That could be an option.
Oh, that was a good spot.
That was a lot of fun.
I forget what that place was called, but it's a good spot.
So do I. I don't know. Maybe.
So yeah, that's it.
Maybe Cars remembers the name of it since he's from that area. But yeah, we're coming out. If you're just tuning in to Detroit versus Chicago, we're gonna have a tailgate party for everybody. Everybody come, and we're gonna do a bunch of stuff at the tailgate, and then obviously Bears, Lions, then after party.
Love all.
Bears Hour Live is going to be later in the night somewhere. We're gonna go do that, but we're gonna get all these plans together. We just are letting you know now. I don't want to hear any excuses. I wish I knew quicker. I'm giving you, it's August. I'm giving you months. I don't even know how many. Let's do it together. Middle of August, we'll say half a month, even though it's the beginning of the August. September, October, November, 3.5 months. It's fucking how long Claudio was in the womb, for God's sake. It's perfectly fine.
It's 3 months. Huh?
I can't.
Wow.
I can't. I need years. Well, we'll use your tickets, Logan. You can donate those. There you go. I want to meet this guy, Logan. That
Same.
Jack Baller is praising Logan. Shane Marsaw. Got any shout outs?
Yeah, shout out Delta. They got my family back
nice
to New York safe a couple hours ago. They're on their way. They're actually in Connecticut right now. They're staying at the...
What? They're coming over?
Yeah, they're at the Mohegans.
Yes! Angelo's got him.
Brother wanted to see the Mohegan Sun. This is his first time here from Europe, so he was all excited about that. So I'll actually see them on Friday.
Huge
if you,
casino.
Yeah.
One of the biggest in the country.
Biggest in the country.
You saw me looking down at
That's what
my
she said.
phone all game or all show. That was me making seeing how much money was falling out of my debit card live while they got there. But
yeah, Mohegan is not cheap.
No, it is not. I've been there a few times, but yeah. So shout out them. And on a serious note, I want to shout out friend Phil. I sent it to you right when we were going live. Al Lyman, friend of Phil and I, big supporter of what we do here. I feel bad. He announced about 12 hours ago or 15 hours ago at this point that he lost his son. Don't know exactly what happened, but I mean, at this point, it doesn't really matter. He said his son was killed 10 days ago, and he's just announcing it publicly now. Al is a guy that we exchanged some texts and well wishes along the way, along my journey with Riley, as he faced the same thing with his son at one point. Just want to shout him out.
Well said.
Can't even imagine. You never want to end a show on a sour note, but that's, when we say the TTNL is family, that means when we all, grab hands and throw our love and support Al's way, and to all the Lymans and his entire family, because I don't know how I'm not sure I could ever recover from anything like that. I mean, you get a reality check and you think that your life is over, and to lose a child, I don't care what age they are, it's got to be the worst experience any human being can go through. So Al, we love you. Like I said, I told him I don't care what time it is. If he just needs somebody to be a sounding board, I'm there for him no matter what. So love you, man, and thinking about you.
Absolutely. Double down. Al is a true blue supporter, family member of this network. He's always gone on. There's a difference between, I don't know. I guess I'm built a certain way, but I can't not stand up for the integrity of someone that I know gives 100%. That would do the same for you. And Al's that kind of guy. So with emotion, I say, God bless you, Al. I know how much you must be going through. And anything you need from TTNL, you got it, man. So just piggybacking off that, because like Shane texted me that right as the show started, and I'm like, oh my God, how difficult that is. Anyway, love you, Al. Just want to get this out there, change the subject in some way. Tonight was the 99th episode of Keeping It 100. Next week will be, what's 99 problems? Well, plus one is 100. Keeping It 100 on the 100th episode next week. We'll have some surprise guests, but one of the guests that is coming on the show, number one guest, Dave Kaplan, will be coming on the show for the 100th episode to talk some Bears with us next week. And there might be a lot more surprises next Wednesday.
All right, nobody likes brags.
That's right. This weekend, Bears Hour Live.
Been waiting for.
He's overwhelmed. Give me some fucking names. Every week we're gonna understand the fucking why. I don't care if it's preseason or whatever. It's football. Football's back, baby. And I'm going to be ready for it. Bears Hour Live's going to be back. I'm going to be fucking ranting, watching everything. I have Jenkins. If Jenkins playing the best football out there, I'm going to be going crazy showing you why. And it goes all the way down the line. It is going to be Bears Hour Live style. If you're a patron, you'll see us on the halftime show. We might even watch the game with you guys. Obviously, we can't show it, but we'll watch it. But pay attention. Become a patron. It's been up there all day. If you can't read, the tape neverlies.com. Become a patron. My shout outs are to all of you guys. To Angelo. We tried to get him on. I know Alan tried to kill him off, but Angelo is 100% fine. And hopefully he does make my Christmas wish. Obviously, I want to shout out Sammy the Bull, MC Scholar, obviously Mark Grote and Lawrence Funk for coming on, Isaiah Chakwa, Chakwo or Chakwa. I'm covering all my bases. Isaiah, I appreciate you. Holzinma over in Germany, my guy. Zeke, Edwin Lopez, where's he at? Jack Baller, my guy Adam Rank, Cool Kennedy. We're producing some new music because Cars Keys is going to be a new show on our patron side, and we're producing the intro music. Shannon Green, Sandy Tom. I want to shout out Dion Miller for her kind words about this network. All she wants, Alex Acevedo, is an orange hat. She would like to rock an orange TTNL hat all the time. Jeff Crooms, HL Priest, gotta shout you out. My guy Trent Emery, Aaron Hyatt, David Smith. Guy drives the whole country, man. He's a truck driver and he's always listening to TTNL from New York. Makes it known. Maurice Anton, formerly from New Haven. Shane.
Breaking news. The Tape Never Lies Network. Breaking news.
Alan Bratcher.
I knew I shouldn't have put my hand
12:15. Let that go. What the?
Miguel
put the hand down.
Lopez Rosande, other known as Bullets, shouting you out for all of your compassion. Taylor Stephen Torrey, Lee Martin, Jesse Hayhurst, John Centino. Who am I missing? Jason Onstad, the great Marlo, Funkster Jones, your boy, Shane. Chris Sandlin's going to be coming to Detroit. Chris Sandlin and his wife. Gary Williams, Otis Nichols, patron number 1. Larry Funkster Jones, Chris Bowditch, Roger Simonson, Claudio Abreu, Jack Elliott, Christopher Price, and Will Mookie Hill. You guys, I want to shout all of you guys out in the chat tonight. All of you new fans and supporters, Cam Strong, all of you. Even Logan deserves a shout out, even though his takes on comedies and running backs are awful. I still love him. Shout out to Michael Haw. He's coming back, Shane.
Coming back. I saw
He's
that.
coming back to patron.
Coming back to patron. He's here, but he's coming back to patron for the best Bears coverage on the planet. That being said, we'll be live. Pay attention. If something happens, a trade happens, get your TTNL, thetapeneverlies.com. Also, Alex Acevedo, I love you. Shout you out. I don't know if you're still there, but we love you all. We're going to end the show. No, it's too long, even though I wanted to end the show with Blog Boys, Shane. I won't do that to you.
Thank you.
So long. But I love you, and we'll end it like this. I don't know where he goes. He shows up on
the
game.
smells coming out of that thing, but only imagine the smells coming out of that thing, but
Jacko better do some shit. Jacko better do some shit. Jacko don't do shit.